'cause aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think it's all angels just walk by. 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 There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. So.
1, 2, 3, jump.
Get wild.
Chiefs Kingdom. It's time for All Chiefed Up with your hosts, Steve and Mike Williams.
You're listening to All Chiefed Up, the best damn Kansas City Chiefs podcast in the kingdom.
Chiefs Kingdom. What's up, baby? Noah Gray here, tight end for your Kansas City Chiefs. You're listening to All Chiefed Up with Mike and Steve Williams.
Chiefs Kingdom, what is up? It is Saturday night. Let us know you guys are here. Smash that like button. Throw us some chat in the comments, in the chat. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about Chris Jones in some kind of a fishing tournament. Starcade Media actually posted up on Twitter. Chris Jones, he's in this fishing tournament, Steve. They said he's trying to actively recruit DeAndre Hopkins to Kansas City. What have you seen about that, Steve? What's your thoughts on it, man?
Man, I saw the story. I didn't dig into it too far because I'm just like everybody else. I'm a little tired of the DeAndre Hopkins speculation, but it is kind of cool though. Chris Jones says that he's actively trying to recruit him, and if anybody wants, DeAndre Hopkins in Kansas City, Chris Jones needs to be the guy that wants it because he's the one that's going to have to restructure and free up some money for DeAndre Hopkins. So there is a little bit to the story if it's true. Just because of that, I feel like that's the guy that you would want to have that wants him here because he's the one that has to make it happen.
Yeah, I feel like it. Let's go over it and read this together. I haven't even read some of this stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to the stream. We're going to bring up Starcade Media's Twitter. Here they were on April 14th. Starcade Media, go follow them. They're cool dudes. They're in association with Lance the Spoken, some of them guys. They tweeted, Chris Jones says he will be recruiting DeAndre Hopkins to KC as both are participating in the catch on Saturday in Miami. Also says Tyreek Hill is not coming to Arrowhead and winning next season. And here's a picture of him doing his interview. Steve, what did you think about the Tyreek Hill thing and him saying he was going to come to Arrowhead and throw up the deuces on us?
Man, Tyreek Hill wanted out of Kansas City so bad, but he can't quit looking at the rearview mirror, man. He knows he's screwed up. He's got a small infatuation with the Chiefs, and he's never going to shut up about it because it gets him attention. And that's ultimately what Tyreek Hill wanted, is attention. And he knew he wasn't going to get the full spotlight in the town where Patrick Mahomes is at. So I think that's why he really went to Miami. I don't know if it was a money thing. More than that, to be honest, I feel like he likes that spotlight. But Chris Jones wasn't having it. Him saying he was going to come into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs next season. Chris Jones shut that down pretty quick. But yeah, so I think DeAndre Hopkins actually responded to that, right? They asked him about it, and he had a response.
Yeah, something like that. They said they also asked Chris Jones on D-Hop, and he said he hopes he gets released. So he's not speculating too much. Yeah, they actually said DeAndre Hopkins is playfully evasive when asked about Chris Jones' recruitment of him to the Chiefs, and he will not answer a question about Justin Ross when he learns Starcade Media is from Kansas City. I'll try to play this really quick, and let me know if you guys can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it too well, but I'll play it.
DeAndre, we talked to Chris Jones earlier. He made it clear he's going to try his recruitment pitch on you this weekend. Are you prepared for that?
Oh, man. It's all about fishing, no football.
Do you stay in touch with some of the players from Clemson? And if so, what can you tell everybody kind of about Justin Ross?
What Justin Ross? You from Kansas City?
Yes.
I can't answer that one. I'm sorry. I love the rest of the questions, though.
So, okay, he says that he can't answer the question if Justin Ross is playing at Kansas City. So I think there's a big gap there between those two playing at Clemson. So not too sure if they still keep in touch or anything. But he did say, Steve, that he is not talking about football recruitment, that he's going there to fish. That was his answer to the entire thing at Starcade. So
yeah, he's gonna avoid it completely. What is it with NFL players acting like they don't know other NFL players? I mean, maybe there was a second where he was like Justin Ross, but I feel like definitely both being Clemson guys, he knew who they were talking about. But got to keep that cool factor going, the little elitist thing. Yeah, so this whole thing is just kind of a non-factor. I feel like it's just something that maybe Starcade even stirred up themselves, just kind of put a little story together. But it's cool. It's cool to speculate, and I know everybody's still talking about that wide receiver spot. But DeAndre Hopkins, man, I'm so tired of him. I'm tired of hearing about him. I don't know about you. But I did say that if they do go after him, it might be a draft night trade. It might be some kind of flashy something other that you wouldn't expect. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if there's let's be honest, man. They could go ahead and release him. Everybody's wanting out of Arizona right now. Buda Baker said he wants a trade. I feel like Arizona is just
falling apart.
They're falling apart. That new coach they hired is a complete clown. I don't even know who that was.
Quarterback that wants to play Warzone. He don't want to play football. But how's everybody doing tonight, man? Saturday night, and you guys aren't out doing something cool. You're on here with us. So what you doing?
Steve, that's cool, man. Who don't want to hang out with us on a Saturday?
Yeah. hang out with a couple old guys. Let's talk about Chief.
Yeah,
Man,
let's throw
okay,
up
I
some of
gotta
this. Julia's
let's do
here,
that. I
man.
got that's where I was going with it. Julia, what's up? She says I'm all chiefed up. That's hilarious. So it looks like we got at least a few in the chat that are, literally all chiefed up right now. So Josh
Hey,
Gordon's going to come back to the team if he reads these kind of comments.
yeah, people keep asking, man, do we get our name from like, smoking the whatever? We're not going to say it. I don't want to get demonetized, but no, that's not how we got our name. Actually, my girlfriend come up with that name. She was goofing around and then we just decided like we was going to roll with it. We liked it. Yeah, so it has nothing to do with smoking any substances, but if you do that, whatever. I mean, I ain't judging you.
Substance. Plants.
Yeah, I'm not judging anything. Let's see. We got Lenny Dawson in here. Good evening, Chiefs Kingdom. Glad to see you again, Mike and Steve. Nice to see you, Lenny boy.
Yeah, glad to have you back, man.
Oh, so what are you guys doing tonight besides watching All Chiefed Up right now? Let us know. Like, are you guys tired of hearing about the DeAndre Hopkins thing, Steve? I feel like everybody started hearing about the
I'm
Hopkins
putting up
thing.
a poll.
Okay, Steve's gonna put up a poll. Everybody's like, dude, just pick a team, get traded, sit out, get released, do something. Like, hurry up. We're starting to get impatient. We're like what, like 2 weeks? We're less than 2 weeks from the draft. I think 2 weeks from tonight, we will be on round 2 of the draft. So 2 weeks from today, we'll know who our first round pick is. A lot of people are speculating wide receiver, defense, tackle. It's one of those things, man. But whatever you guys want to talk about, let us know in the chat. We'll talk about it. We'll talk drafts. We'll talk whatever y'all want to. We don't have to talk about nothing.
Julia loves no effects. Where'd that come from? That seemed out of the blue. Did I miss something? We actually used to play in a punk rock band. We did Warped Tour and stuff with no effects, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, let's see here. Angry Drunken German. Do I have a cousin out there somewhere? Yes, I'm sure you have at least one cousin somewhere, man. I will say that you do.
In this chat,
Unless
not
you-
so sure, my man.
He also says Jones better have a Brinks truck. That's true. I think that, like I've said a million times before, if DeAndre Hopkins wants to be in Kansas City, it's going to have to be for that ring. It's not for money because he's going to have to restructure, which is going to mean Chris Jones is going to have to restructure first, and then he's going to have to take a lot less money to be here. So we'll see about that one, man. We know how they are with that money. Hey, Lenny, Stone Cold wants to keep winning rings. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think all these guys would love to see DeAndre in Kansas City. Anything that gives you that competitive edge. I don't know why anybody on the team wouldn't want a flat out number one wide receiver on the team with Patrick Mahomes, because, I mean, Mahomes and DeAndre Hopkins would be nasty together.
Yeah, I totally agree. That'd be a fun little thing to watch in KC, to be honest. Is my audio
Exciting.
good out there? Give me a thumbs up in chat if my audio's good. We're having some audio issues for some reason. Am I too loud, too soft? Let me know what you guys can think. This is the best way to find out rather than just speculate. We'll just ask you guys. So let me know. Thumbs up if the audio's good.
If you guys haven't voted in the poll yet, I put up, are you sick of hearing about DeAndre Hopkins? It's still live right now. It looks like we're at 56% yes right now. So, it's lower than I thought it would be. I figured most people's tired of hearing about this cat, but I know a lot of people want him as well. So, I mean, if the Chiefs got him, I don't think anybody'd be mad about it. I mean, is there somebody out there that'd be mad about that if the Chiefs got DeAndre Hopkins besides not Chiefs fans?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Chief Kelsey says Chiefs could offer Cards a 5th round pick for D-Hop before they release him. At least they get something back. Also, Cards could pick up part of D-Hop's contract if D-Hop gets released. No way Chiefs could afford. Yeah, I think if he hits the open market, if we don't have a plan in place with restructuring Chris Jones or something, I don't know how much. All these guys say they'll take a pay cut to come win a ring, and then when it comes down to it, man, they get to put that little signature on the line, they tend to go to the place that offers the most money. And that's all it boils down to. So
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's tough to call that.
Yeah. Scott Crosser, good to see you, man. He's had enough of D-Hop, so he's tired of hearing about it. So I'm sure he's not alone out there, man. Looks like a pretty good portion of people are. Julia says, I just want to get to the draft a whole lot. Will be revealed after. That's so true. It's such a dead spot right now. Everybody's just excited to get to the draft and see how this thing's going to play out. And I'm with Julia. I think that you're going to know more after the draft. Could they hit you with that, left hook and do a draft day trade? Yeah, sure. I mean, they're in Kansas City. They might want to be a little flashy. They might want to do something cool. You never know.
He could hit him with the.
He could also like draft McCole Hardman in front of DK Metcalf. You never really know with Brett Veach. So
Right.
just
What's up,
depends.
Kermit? What's up, Kermit Prize? What's up, my
Come
boy?
on, man.
Chris Wright said audio is good. Okay, good deal. Just wanted to make it good. Angry Drunken German audio is good. The video earlier couldn't be heard. Yeah, we thought that was going to happen. That was just coming off a webpage. Go over to Starcade Media, their Twitter. You can watch that video. They released it on the 14th, I believe, which is just a couple days ago. You can go check it out on there. Follow those guys too. They're pretty cool dudes. Tell them we sent you. Lenny, I'm tired of the D-Hop. Tired of the D-Hop.
Tired of the D-Hop.
Just make it happen already. Dude, that is the sentiment, my friend. The sentiment. I think we're all just tired of the D. Are you tired of the D-Hop stuff, Steve? Like, for real?
Yes, I am. I'm tired of talking about it, to be quite honest. But like I said, I didn't even read that story earlier. It's the first time I really read the story because I saw it on Twitter and I just kept scrolling because I'm over it. Like, if they're gonna do it, pull the trigger, get it done, or whatever. But I mean, we can speculate all we want. We know what has to happen. We know that we're gonna have to free up a lot of money, and D-Hop's gonna have to take a lot less money than he's owed. So I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Now it's just a matter of, did they get it done? Are they getting it done? Or are they just going to go with a receiver in the draft? Or are they just not going to care about receiver? Do they think we're good right now?
Right. You never know what they're going to do. I'm telling you, Brett Veach is wild. We had Haley on here a few weeks ago. Haley Lewis, a few days ago, actually. I don't say weeks. She talks about how Brett Veach walks around with his chest puffed out. He's a little guy, but she said he walks around with a lot of confidence. He gets stuff done, and he's a scary guy. So I'm sure. Scott Crosser, what's up, buddy? Chiefs Live, what is your guys' expectations for Kadarius Toney in 2023? Steve, I'll let you take that.
I have high expectations for him. I really do. I want to see this guy stay on the field. I want to see him, commit 100% because I think that Kadarius Toney has all the athletic ability in the world to come in and be a number one receiver for the Chiefs. And I think that he's one of one. He's like Tyreek Hill. He's not Tyreek Hill. He's Kadarius Toney. But in that aspect, he is one of one. There's not anybody else like him. He's crazy athletic. He's very smart. He's picking up on the playbook fast. As long as he puts the work in and gets that chemistry with Mahomes and can stay on the field, I think he could have a monster year. But it just really depends on a few things, and that's his health and his commitment. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I think Kadarius Toney's gonna have a good year. I mean, I do. I think he's got more chemistry than Mahomes than we thought he was going to have coming in. I think that's going to get stronger in the offseason. Dude, Steve, there was dudes in the comment on our last video telling us that we were making excuses for Kadarius Toney, and I don't know what they wanted us to do. We said that he's probably not throwing in Texas and catching in Texas because he's probably rehabbing an injury. Maybe he's got some kind of family thing. Nobody knows.
He's on vacation.
The only person that knows that's Kadarius Toney, but I'll be danged if I'm going to get on here and trash him over it. I'm not going to do that. This wasn't mandatory by any means. And people get on here and was telling us we were making excuses for Kadarius Toney. It's like, I'll make some excuses because I don't know the truth. We asked Kadarius Toney. He never responded back. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not going to make up words for him, Steve. We're not going to do that.
No, but I mean, man, there's a lot of Chiefs fans out there. Everybody knows this. There's a lot of doom and gloom Chiefs fans, and the fact that they don't see Kadarius Toney there with Patrick Mahomes, that automatically means that he hates football, he does not care, and he's never going to be good. So, I mean, there's those people, and we're not those people. Julia, she says, do you think Fortson will have a year, or will he pull a Thornhill? Honestly, Julia, we talked about this just a tad bit on the last live with Jody Fortson. I know he's asking for more responsibility this year. He wants, more part of the offense. I think Jody Fortson could be a weapon for the Chiefs, but I don't think he's ever going to be like that guy. Like, he's not going to be somebody that just takes the league by storm. I just don't think it's going to happen. If he can, he's kind of, with the injuries, just like Kadarius Toney and everybody else, like, he's got to stay on the field. First of all, he's had so much trouble with that. And then second of all, I mean, it depends. I mean, could it happen? Yes. Do I see it happening? Not really. I think even if he is healthy and he's out there a whole lot and gets a lot of snaps, I think he's going to contribute, but I don't think it'll be anything groundbreaking.
Yeah, I love to see Jody Fortson turn it up a notch. Will he do it? It's 50-50. I really do think that. I don't know if he's going to get more snaps in the offense. I know they'd probably like to do that, but yeah, you never know with Fortson. I like him. He's got a good attitude. I like him as a football player, as a person. He's a cool dude. I hope he's successful. I'm going to go ahead and put the positive juju out there for him. I think he'll do a little better this year than last year, only because I think he'll play more. That's probably going to be
for
it.
sure.
Chris Wright.
Chris Wright, what's up, man?
He wants to make a big leap this year. I'm for it. Same. Like, we're all for it.
Yeah.
We don't actively root against anybody. People think we root against Justin Ross. We don't.
Ross. Yeah. No.
We don't root against
We're
Justin
just
Ross.
realistic.
Yeah.
You can't expect this guy to come in and be a Pro Bowler the first time he steps on an NFL field. Everybody's got to give him time, and they're just expecting way too much out of him. Unfair expectations on that kid. So, Iris, why don't you guys like Hyatt from Tennessee? Iris, I don't dislike Hyatt. I think that he's the most athletic receiver in the draft, like hands down. But there's a lot that goes with that. I mean, he's very, very raw, and we've only seen him in that weird offense in Tennessee where it's just, balls to the wall, let's go deep every play, some crazy stuff. I don't know how polished he is, and I would not spend a early second round pick on that guy. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think Hyatt, for me, he runs in that really weird offense in Tennessee with Josh Heupel. They're constantly stacking receivers. He never gets challenged off the line of scrimmage. He's always running free. Nobody can get their hands on him at the line. When they do get their hands on him, he played 18 snaps against press coverage. He got 1 catch. So you don't get to have any film on him to see if he can make contested catches, how good his route running is. He's just kind of like, hey, I'm fast, I'm going deep, and they used it. So with Andy Reid, yeah, we could use a guy like that, and we could probably scheme a guy like that. But again, Reid and them do not like to throw rookie wide receivers in right off the rip. We've seen that with Sky Moore last year. We'll probably see that with another reason Justin Ross is probably not going to be so productive this year. If he gets on the field, he's essentially a rookie, and Andy Reid will not give him that big of a row. It's just not going to happen. They could be serviceable, but it's not going to happen. So yeah, that's my knock against Jalen Hyatt. If he's there in the second round, I take him all day long, but at 31, I feel like it's just a little too rich.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I went ahead and ended the poll. 56% say that they are tired of hearing about DeAndre Hopkins. So there's still 44% out there that don't care, man. They want to hear more about DeAndre. And I think that's because they want him. I think that's what it is. They're like trying to put the good juju in the air that we'll go ahead and get DeAndre Hopkins,
Yeah, that's for sure. Angry Drunken German. Toney could net 700 yards, 6 TDs, and play 14 games. Best guess. That's probably not
easily
that far off, to be honest.
He could do much, much more than that. If he could play more games and be on the field, he can do a lot more than that.
Edits. I think MVS could be a potential wide receiver 1 if he's able to build the chemistry. Your thoughts on this? I don't know.
I don't know. If you saw the AFC Championship game, he stepped up. He absolutely scorched the Bengals. He has the ability to do it. He never did it in Green Bay. He didn't get to what they thought he could be there, and then he came over to Kansas City, and I think he did better in Kansas City than he had done previously in Green Bay, because all he was in Green Bay was a home run threat. That's all he ever was. He was becoming more of a all-around wide receiver with the Chiefs last year, but the chemistry with Mahomes wasn't optimal. I think they were off a little bit here and there. Even when he was open, a lot of the time Mahomes wasn't looking his way, or Mahomes was overthrowing him, underthrowing him, missing him by 10 yards. The chemistry just was not there. But I think if MVS could be more aggressive and high point the ball and attack a little bit and not sit back and wait for the ball to get to him and he's got to get more physical. He's got to catch more contested balls, man. If he could do that, yeah, I think MVS could be a wide receiver 1, but he's got a long way to go.
A lot of his problems last year was the chemistry with Mahomes. Mahomes would underthrow him, overthrow him. You just don't know what it was going to be. And a lot of it was because MVS was having trouble freestyling a little bit when the play broke down. I think he'll get that under a second year with Mahomes.
Yeah.
I think he'll get that back in action. Julia, I want all the Justin Ross hype injected into my veins. A lot of people feel you.
You and everybody else, yeah.
Love Justin Ross. I mean, that's what Chief fans do, right? We hype up stuff in the offseason with the hopes that it pans out. Let me guys see.
Man, I don't like it though. Like usually when the Chiefs, like when Chiefs Kingdom hypes up somebody, whether it be in, camp or whatever, it's almost like it never becomes something. Like Justin Watson last year, everyone hyped him up so much to come in and just, make a splash. And really Justin Watson was he was solid. He had a couple good plays, but he was nothing like he wasn't a big part of the offense, and kind of feel like it's going to be the same deal with Justin Ross. Everybody needs to chill just a little bit.
Yep. Gary Holland. What's up, Gary? Good to see you here, my man. Do you guys think the
Gary?
Chiefs draft a tight end in the first 3 rounds? It's a possibility. Kelsey's getting a little older. I don't know if they think Noah Gray is going to be that eventual replacement. Again, Jody Fortson, he's kind of got his issues. Blake Bell's getting a little older. But in the first 3 rounds, not so sure. We may take a tight end. We actually talked with Dalton Kincaid. A lot of people think that we could pull the trigger there at 31. I think that's a little rich for a tight end. I think we have way bigger needs. So I would give it a 40% chance we take one before round 3. That's what I'll say.
This is something we talked about previously as well. I thought maybe they might pull the trigger on Greg Dulcich last year. They didn't do it. I think what they might do this year is take one late, like a Brenton Strange from Penn State or something like that, and just kind of take a shot at it, kind of like they did with Noah Gray. And if it doesn't pan out, then big deal. They still have Kelsey for the time being. I don't know if this is the year they try to take one early. Dalton Kincaid's great, but I don't know if he's worth that first round pick.
Right. Angry Drunken German says, by the way, the angry wife is currently in the hospital with pneumonia. Any prayers, positive thoughts, or white magic you can send her way would be greatly appreciated. Prayers for her. Hey man, if you guys are into that, go ahead, send that out to her. I hope everything works out for you, Angry Drunken German. We don't know your real name. I'm sure you don't want to throw that around the internet, but positive thoughts, vibes. It'll be good. It'll be good. We have faith. Let's see. Scott says, I don't go to work on my day off. I'd rather Toney get right than run routes right now. He came in ready to play as fast as anyone I've ever seen to read offense. That's true. We said that. The other day. That was one of the excuses that was I lobbed out there. Apparently, I said that
excuses, Mike.
He had pretty good chemistry with Mahomes, and to be honest, I think he's just learning the playbook, and he don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. I think Mahomes pulls in people in the offseason that he wants to get extra chemistry with, and so who knows? Scott Crosser says, I think Hyatt is a poor man's Hardman.
Oof.
You're probably right, to be honest. I feel like Hyatt, Steve, for me, Hyatt is the one wide receiver in this class that I've got a super high bust potential on. Like, I think there's not enough film out there, and if you draft him in the first round, you could get that bust. You could get that Jalen Reagor.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
I definitely don't have a warm and fuzzy about Hyatt, that's for sure. And if he's a poor man's Hardman, that's rough, bro. Let's avoid that.
That's just poor. Yeah. For real. Hey man, everybody in the chat, go ahead and throw up the like button. Help us get this algorithm going. I know it's 10:30, 9:30. It's 10:30 our time, 9:30 probably for most of you guys in Missouri. It's late. Why are we doing it live right now? I don't know. We're bored and we thought we'd talk some Chief football. So nothing better than hang out with you guys on Saturday night. To be honest,
appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
you guys are here. We appreciate it.
Share it. Share with your friends. I don't know. Share it on Twitter. Go piss off somebody on Twitter. I'm sure they love us over there too.
Lenny says, I believe Justin Ross is busting his rear end this offseason, getting ready and wanting to get on the field with Mahomes. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Justin Ross wants to, get out there. I mean, it has to be frustrating that he had such a good year in college, and every since then it's just been injury. That has to be super frustrating for this guy because he does have a load of talent. The sky is the limit for him. I mean, high ceiling. I hope he can pull it off, man. I'm cheering for him. I'm rooting for him. That's for sure. He seems like a good kid, and he's definitely working at it. So hopefully, he gets a little bit of luck along with that this year, and he can stay healthy and be on the field, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's working hard. He's worked hard his whole career. I mean, it takes a special kind of guy to be told that if you get hit the wrong way, you may not walk again, and he just still pushes on, man. He loves the game. So I hope it works out for him.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Edits. What other wide receiver trade would you like to see other than D-Hop? That's a good question. I don't know anybody on the block, to be honest.
Yeah, there was some speculation about Brandon Ayuk and even Michael Pittman, but I don't think either of those are going anywhere. To be honest, at this point, I wouldn't be mad with a trade for DeAndre Hopkins if it was done right and we could afford it. If that was the case, I'd be all for it. I'd love to see Patrick Mahomes get a true wide receiver one and see what he could really do with that, because we've yet to see that. And if you can up Mahomes' game even more than what we've already seen, that's just downright scary for the NFL. But I believe if we don't trade for DeAndre at this point, I say draft one. I'd say look for like a Jonathan Mingo, somebody big and athletic, maybe that could eventually take over that spot. What do you think, Mike?
If it were me, if you really, okay, look, I'm going to answer the question as you intended. I'm not going to say no, that's not going to happen. So I will throw out a name for you. We have a little bit of a connection with the Chicago Bears and Ryan Poles. I would throw out maybe a 4th, 5th round pick for Darnell Mooney. That might be something I would look at if that would answer your question. That may not be a popular opinion, but Mooney, with the quarterback there in Fields, I don't think Mooney is getting used the right way. I think Mooney could come over here and probably produce. I think he can maybe run that X that we want. So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that one. If that happens, I called it here first.
I wouldn't be opposed to. I think Mooney could be pretty good in KC, a lot better than he's going to be in Chicago, obviously. Chris Wright says Bleacher Reports, possible Chiefs receive number 16 pick overall, number 233 overall pick for Commanders, 31, 63, and 166. So I haven't seen that. That's the first I've seen this, actually, Mike. What would you think about trading up? Why would they trade up to that 16? Is it to go get Broderick Jones if he's still there, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think the Commanders, if the Commanders sit there, they may be looking for a tackle. Dude, the Commanders could be looking for anything. A lot of defensive players they need. They need more offense. Who knows? But yeah, I think we'd be coming up for a tackle. If you're coming up to 16, you're giving up that much. You do not do that for a wide receiver. There's not a wide receiver in this class worth that. I don't care if it's Quentin Johnston. I don't care if it's Quentin Johnston's mom. We're not coming up that high. It's not happening.
Right.
Yeah, so that would have to be for a tackle. The funny thing is, Broderick Jones could be on the board, and Brett Veach can make this trade and come get a completely different tackle than you even think. It might even be Broderick Jones. He could be coming up to take Darnell Wright or Anton Harrison. You never know with Brett Veach. So if he thinks there's a guy he wants and somebody in front of him, maybe even 2 or 3 spots above him, is going to look at the same player, he can make that jump for sure. But that's pretty cool, Chris. I'll look into that on Bleacher Report. I'll write that down and go check out and see what they had to say about it. Let's see. 6-footer. What's up, man? If Hopkins comes to KC, it's because he wants to play Mahomes. I believe we go back to back. I think that's the consensus. If Hopkins gets here, man, it's tough to stop this offense.
I think the Chiefs are going to go back to back regardless. I really do. I mean, when you got Mahomes and Reed, it's just the chances are high, right? And if you add a piece like DeAndre Hopkins, that's just going to get nasty. So I'm with you.
Yep. Scott, I would really like to see us draft an OT in the first. I want George's Jones, but think he will go too early. I like the value of Wright, Harrison, and Ohio State's Jones. DeJuan Jones. What do you think of the 3? Out of those 3, Harrison is the only left tackle on that board. So if you want a left tackle and you want to keep the kid we just picked up in the offseason, Jawan Taylor, at the right side, you could do that. DeJuan Jones is a massive human. I actually comped him to a bigger OBJ. You guys aren't going to want that. Probably.
That's what he is, though. He's literally he's a bigger Orlando Brown Jr. That's what he is.
Right. And then Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright's good. I think Darnell Wright's probably the most ready to play at the moment. He'll also be teaming back up with Trey Smith on the right side. So wouldn't mind that at 31. But if Harrison was on the board at 31, it'd be hard to pass him up because of the left tackle potential, to be honest. I think DeJuan Jones isn't going to get past the Steelers. Steelers are looking really hard at DeJuan Jones there in the first round. What I've been reading, what I've been hearing, the Steelers are actually throwing out some negative stuff about DeJuan Jones as of 2 days ago, which means they're definitely targeting him and they want nobody else to pick him before they do. That's what that means.
All right. Chief Kelsey, what's up, my man? Chiefs had 8 defensive rookies make a tackle in the Super Bowl and 2 offensive rookies score a touchdown. Pretty damn good. That's 10 rookies making a contribution. Dude, I mean, the future is bright in KC. I mean, we just won a Super Bowl, and like you said, we had all these rookies contributing. It was a beautiful thing to see, and we got a lot of draft picks this year. I mean, Brett Veach is kind of hitting the nail on the head here. He's keeping the team young. He's trying not to do anything too crazy and just continue to win. I think they're trying to build that dynasty sort of the same way that the Patriots did. Like, we don't have to have the big names. We can do it with the smaller guys as long as, and Mahomes he's on a good contract, kind of like Tom Brady. Like, he's not out there trying to break the bank. He's willing to help the team make sure they have the pieces they need and everything. And I think you're seeing a lot of that with the Chiefs, and it's exciting to watch, man. It's a good young team. So I'm loving it.
Yeah, I think Beach is drafting years in advance here to stay ahead of the curve. So I think he'll have a good draft again this year. I think there's a lot. It's a deep draft. It might not be star loaded at the front end, but it's pretty deep. Jan Fry Gable with a $9.99 super sticker. Thanks, Jan. You throw these out to us all the time. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Jan's OG. She's been around on this channel since we started almost, and she's always supporting big time. We appreciate you so much. We always say that every time you do this in the comments, but I mean, we really mean it. We're just not saying it just to reply, but we appreciate the support for sure.
For sure. Brent says, do you think the wide receiver core is already better than last season? Because I've been seeing Chiefs fans say this and it makes no sense. No, the receiving core is not better. There's no way. This time last year, we had Juju Smith-Schuster on the roster. Juju comes in and has almost 1,000-yard season and helps us win a Super Bowl. You couldn't ask no more from Juju. That was me and Steve's guy when the season started. We said Brett Veach had to go sign him, and he did. We had a celebration. Juju was our background image for half of the off-season stuff last year. Yeah, like, we love Juju. I think they should have extended Juju this year, to be honest. I think Veach could have paid him $11 million, and I think our wide receiver room is tenfold better than it is right now. But there has to be a plan. And what do you think, Steve? I think there's another veteran wide receiver that Brett Veach is going to add, and he's going to add one or two in the draft. Like, I believe this.
Well, like you said, there's a plan. Brett Veach has a plan because he could have easily signed back Juju for the money that the Patriots paid him. He could have easily signed back McCole Hardman for the money that the Jets paid him, but he decided not to. I just don't think that they were in his plan going forward. And I'm with Mike. I don't think the wide receiver core is better right now than it was last year. When you take Juju off, Juju was our number one wide receiver last year, whether you like it or not. It's just the truth. And he was very consistent, and Mahomes relied on him in third down situations, and it worked out. I mean, what's the last drive of the Super Bowl? I mean, Juju pretty much got us down the field, him, Mahomes, and Kelsey. So, I mean, no, it's not better right now, but I do think there's a plan, and I think that within the next month or two, it could be better than last year. So we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the plan is, to be honest. Plain Rock. Nice. I actually caught it live. Good to see you, my man. Glad you're here. What's up, fellas?
Yeah, man.
Just hanging. I'm with y'all. The Justin Ross hype is in full overboard. Wish him all the best, but not going to hold my breath. Keep up the good work. You guys rock. Yeah, man. I don't think Chiefs Kingdom, there's a lot of Chiefs Kingdom that just love Justin Ross, and you can't say a negative thing. I think there's just as much of Chiefs Kingdom that are kind of on the fence with us, where we don't dislike them. We wish them all the best. I just think we're not as vocal. We tend to keep getting shouted down when you make that, when we're making that point, we're getting shouted down and told that you're not, you're a bandwagoner. You're
not a Chiefs fan.
Yeah. You don't understand how the roster works. Somebody telling me that they think a rookie that's never played a snap in a preseason game is trying to tell me how a roster is going to work, and they're trying to make him out to be a Pro Bowler. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, let's
hey,
just
shout out
stop
Plain
with
Rock
that one.
though. He's been around for a minute as well. I see your comments all the time, man. Appreciate it.
For sure. Lenny says 34 likes, 80 watching. We got 93 watching right now. If all 93 of you get over there and hit that like button right now, we go through the roof, and YouTube pushes us out, and maybe people will find us that hasn't found us before, and they'll actually learn some nice Chiefs info.
Yeah,
Gary.
guys, we appreciate you being here on Saturday night, by the way. So anytime you guys hang out with us, we appreciate it. Just smash that like button for us and tell our friends about All Chiefed Up. We're trying to build this community up, man. It's fun just to have a group of guys and gals to talk about the Chiefs with. So, I mean, no matter where you're from, we want you on here. We want you talking about Chiefs. We just want to build a community together. And so far, so good, man. It's been a fun run. We've been doing this for about a year. We started going live a couple weeks back, but we're going to do it more often. Gary Holland, he says, what did you guys think of Iowa State tight end Sam Laporta, the Chiefs could draft? Yeah, I do like Sam Laporta. There's a lot of Chiefs Kingdom that does, and I think it's because he's an Iowa guy. I've noticed those things intertwine. A lot of Iowa people are Chiefs fans, so I think he's great. I think he's a good tight end, and I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. Depending on where he goes in the draft, what is he projected? Like 3rd to 4th round, probably for Sam Laporta.
I mean, he's one of my top 10. I think there's 10 tight ends that could come in and start. Yeah, I'd say he's probably going somewhere in the 2nd round, maybe anywhere between 2nd and 4th round, depending on if somebody falls in love with him. He runs good routes and he's super fast, dude. So I like him.
That's true.
I really do like him. That would be a pretty cool, intriguing thing, to bring in. Let's be honest. Angry Drunken German, I can see a trade for wide receiver with EB and the DC team. Who are you thinking about over there?
Terry McLaurin would be nice.
Terry?
That was actually talked about, but didn't they just
Scary
re-sign
Terry.
him? I think they just extended him or something. I'm not for sure, but I mean, Scary Terry on the Chiefs would be nasty, but I don't know about that. They're probably not going to let him go for sure.
Yeah, Scary Terry would be a pretty awesome pickup, let's be honest. Chiefs Kingdom says, with the long list of wide receivers already on contract, which ones make the 53-man roster and in what order?
Oof.
Jeez.
That's a tough one right now, man.
Okay, well,
they'll probably keep 6. They're probably going to keep 6.
Right.
And
well,
you got MVS.
Yeah.
Sky
and
Moore.
Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney. So that's 3.
Yep.
That's 3. So you've got 3 spots. I would think with the experience last year and just signing a 2-year deal, Justin Watson makes that.
Right.
And then the last 2 are up for grabs. And again, you just paid Richie James. Is he gonna, he's a special teams guy. We need that. So it's possible Richie James makes it. You've got Justin Ross again. You've got John Ross, and then we're probably going to draft 1 or 2. And I still think there's a veteran coming in. I still think we'll make a move for another veteran before it's all said and done. So yeah, we just hit the 100 viewer right now. So all 100 of you, let me know who you think the last 2 spots of the wide receiver room is going to be. A lot of people are saying Justin Ross, for real. He's got a good shot, but again, if we take a first round wide receiver, if we take a wide receiver in the first 4 rounds, they're making the team. Unless they're just horrible or they get injured, they're making the team. So there's going to be 1 roster spot that John Ross, Justin Ross, and probably another veteran pickup is going to be shooting for. And if you remember last year, Doris Fountain almost made the squad. So there's people coming out of nowhere. We also got Smith.
There's a dark horse.
Smith
Marset. The dark horse for me is Darian Ely. I know a lot of people, we've talked about this before, but I thought the Chiefs were going to draft him late last year. Of course, they ended up getting him as UDFA. We do see him in Texas with Mahomes. This guy's a running back, but he catches the ball. He was the best receiving back in all of college football the year before last. So I think you could see him slide in as a slot receiver. So don't be surprised if that happens. The chances aren't high, but if it happened, I wouldn't be surprised. So that'd be a cool one too. Scott Crosser says Quentin Johnston is Cordell Patterson 2.0. I could see that maybe. What do you think about that, Mike? Do you think Quentin Johnston's like Cordell Patterson?
I don't know if he's as fast. I
don't think he's going to run the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah,
like
obviously.
Patterson, no.
I could see it. I mean, I had him, like I said, I've said it time and time again. A lot of people are comparing him to Demaryius Thomas out of Denver from a few years ago. He's not that big. I had him to a slimmer version of Andre Johnson. He's not as good of a blocker. He don't catch as much in traffic. I see something like that. Like, I think he's got a ton of potential. He's got all the potential in the world. So I do think he's number 1 on our draft board.
Welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, this draft is very deep in tight end talent. I know we have Kelsey, but I'd love to see the Chiefs get someone great to learn under Kelsey. Yeah, we touched on this just a little bit. There are some good tight ends in this draft. Dalton
Steve,
Kincaid, obviously.
Make a poll. I want to know who's everybody's favorite tight end is. Michael Mayer, Notre Dame, Dalton Kincaid, or that's a round 1. So that'll be a round 1 option, or you can go round 3 option and put Sam Laporta and throw out another one. What about Zach Kuntz? Somebody like that. Just a random dark horse there. And I want to see what Chiefs Kingdom thinks. But yeah, not to cut you off on what you're trying to say. Go ahead. I don't know how to make polls around here. I'm a non-poll making guy.
I got this. Go ahead, man.
Okay. Lego My Ego says, smash that like button. All Chiefed Up works hard to bring us the best Chiefs Kingdom content. Lego My Ego, I thank you. I appreciate that. We do work hard. We have full-time jobs and we get on here and try to do this. We would love to spend more than 20 hours a week. We bring a lot of content for about 20 hours a week. We love to push that up to about double, triple, or even 4 times that amount and be on here as much as Cole is, because that dude does not sleep.
Man, he's always going. He's nonstop.
That dude is like the Energizer Bunny, bro. Okay, Gary Holland. Who do you guys like better? Anton Harrison. Well, I know who you're talking about. Or DeJuan Jones, Ohio State. Chiefs draft one of these O-linemen. Harrison out of Oklahoma for sure. DeJuan Jones is a right tackle only. He's a little slow in his footwork, which, I mean, he's almost 400 pounds. This dude's massive. But I have seen DeJuan Jones. Here's my favorite thing about DeJuan Jones. Short answer is Harrison. I think he's a left tackle. DeJuan Jones is not. There's film of DeJuan Jones grabbing a guy, pancaking the crap out of him, like sending him to the depths of hell almost, to the turf, and then pointing to another dude and then chasing him down with his big 400-pound butt and like drilling that guy too. So DeJuan Jones is nasty. He plays with some meanness. Again, he is comped. He's a bigger Orlando Brown Jr., and you guys did not like Orlando Brown Jr. here, and I'm telling you, that's what you're going to get. He's going to get beat with maybe not bull rush, but he's going to get beat with speed rushers a lot because he is so flat-footed.
All right, Colby says, if we traded Chris Jones for a high draft pick, then we'd have money open to pay D-Hop and picks to address tackle and D-line. How do you feel about it? I don't feel about that. I don't. Chris Jones ain't going nowhere, bro. We have to have him. He's a game changer. He is our defense. Our defense would not be what they are without that guy in the middle there. So I'm a no-go on a Chris Jones trade. Unless it got to a situation like Tyreek where we're just not going to be able to sign him back or extend him or whatever. Now, if he makes it impossible, which I don't think he's going to, because he said he wanted to be a Chief for life and he don't want to play for anybody else. So unless it got to that Tyreek Hill type situation, I'm not even thinking about trading Chris Jones, man. What about you, Mike?
No, Chris Jones, if he doesn't retire a Chief, Brett Veach has failed.
Chris Wright's got it right here. No tradey the Jonesy, that's for sure.
No tradey. Me likey Chrissy Jonesy. No tradey.
Angry Junkin German says Veach not matching Judy's contract means he's got something laid out. He's got options we don't know about. That's for sure. That's what we were talking about earlier, man. He's got a plan going, and he could have re-signed Juju for that amount of money. He could have signed McCole. He didn't do it because they're not in his future. So that's all there is to it, in my opinion. There could be some veteran receiver out there that we're not talking about, that we're not even thinking about, because that's normally how Brett Veach hits you, blindside you, and could be a guy that we've not even considered.
Yeah, 100%.
Jose,
I totally agree.
Just joined. What's up, Jose? Nice to have you here, man.
Chris Wright with the 20 bomb. Steve, look at that, my man.
Chris Wright, man.
Chris
You're the
Wright,
man, the 20 bomb.
You're keeping the internet on in the household of All Chiefed Up. Thank you, brother. That's why we're on here. He says KT, Sky, MVS, James Watson, and Justin Ross. That's a pretty slick six. I'm going to give you that, and that will also be their nickname, is the Slick Six, if you keep that. So I'm going to trademark that, put that on a T-shirt. Steve, do you see anything wrong with that?
Honestly, right now, if I had to pick the six, that's probably the way I would lean. That's
assuming we're not drafting a wide receiver.
Well, yeah, but I'm just going by that if we're not drafting or anything like that. But I mean, if just what we got right now, it's these guys. If they don't do anything else, for sure. I don't think John Ross is going to be able to make it. He's fast, but that's it. He's fast, and he's very, very injury prone. So that's a pretty good call there, Chris.
Right. Chris, thank you so much again for the 20, man.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
That's going to go a long way. YouTube's going to take some of it, but you know what? We're going to fight it for every dime we can get. Brent, I still got hope for Ayuk trade. I wouldn't be opposed to Ayuk. I'm not giving up a first-round pick for Ayuk. Other than that, no. I'd deal a third, or I'd give up one of my fourths this year if you want to do that. Jose, what's up? Just joined. What's up, Jose?
I just talked to him. I said, "What's up, Jose?" And then you took me over.
My mistake. Jose gets 2 shout-outs. Good job, Jose. You're the man.
But he says Jones wants D-Hop, ? Yeah, it's kind of what we're talking about. For those of you that just joined, we kind of started this live feed with a story that Starcade Media put out where Chris Jones said he was actively recruiting D-Hop at their little fishing get-together or whatever it is. D-Hop was asked about it. He avoided the question basically. And then he did tell them off the record after the fact that he would have been kind of mad if they didn't ask him about it. So, I mean, they're kind of playing cat and mouse a little bit, keeping people intrigued, but it's probably, the same old speculation that we've been seeing the whole time. Chris Wanzer, welcome to the channel, my man. Chiefs targeting 4 players in the first round: Jones, Wright, Smith, or the Ohio State receiver. I'd rather them stay where they're at if the tackles are gone. Take Darnell Washington, Georgia tight end. Man, so Darnell Washington, he's an absolute monster. He's a huge tight end. He's basically like having a 6th offensive lineman out there. The Chiefs, I hate to tell you this, but the Chiefs will not touch him. I just don't think they will. I think they want them tight ends to be a receiver. They want another Travis Kelce. I think if they go that high and take a tight end, it's Dalton Kincaid, hands down, because they want that guy that has a receiving thing. I don't think they're too worried about Darnell, which he is a good receiver as well. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think he's their style. I do like him though. I think he's a monster.
Yeah, I like Darnell Washington. He's got good hands, to be honest. He's good after the catch. Hey, man, I'm with Chris. I'd like to see it. I don't think I'd be opposed to it.
I wasn't saying I wouldn't like to see it. I just don't
also,
think they will.
Right. I'm also with you. I don't think he fits the Chiefs' MO. If you've not noticed, the Chiefs, they have a specific wide receiver they want. They have a specific defensive end, a specific defensive tackle, and a corner. They got to get all these guys to fit. They don't fall out of their mode too well. So, yeah, Dalton Kincaid is a beast at tight end. I know it's not a huge need, but it would be nice to get another weapon to learn under Kelce. Same, Micah. We like Dalton. I think Dalton Kincaid, for me, Dalton Kincaid is my number 2. I've got Michael Mayer rated just a little bit higher, and the reasoning is because Dalton Kincaid is older. He's been injured. I'm pretty sure. Isn't he going to be 25? I'm not for sure. I'll have to look that up, but I think he's going to be a little older. Michael Mayer, to me, plays – he's not super shifty, but he just knows how to get open. He kind of reminds me of Kelce. He's not good as Kelce after the catch. He reminds me of Gronk a little bit. I think he's a nice combination between Gronk and Kelce, to be honest. I do like Michael Mayer. He's like my number 15 player overall on my board, and I don't think he'll get picked in round 1 unless somebody's desperate.
Before we move on, while we're still talking about tight ends, I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. But right now, it's 48% says that they would rather draft Dalton Kincaid, 35% Michael Mayer, 9% Sam Laporta, 9% Zach Kuntz. So that's kind of where Chiefs Kingdom's standing on that whole thing.
So Chiefs Kingdom's not with me. They don't like Michael Mayer. It's okay.
I do.
It's okay.
I think Dalton Kincaid's a better receiver than Mayer. More than likely, I think that's more Chiefs kind of thing. It's kind of like last year's. I feel like Michael Mayer is Trey McBride and Dalton Kincaid is Greg Dulcich, like in last year's draft. I feel like that's the way I would kind of hold them together.
Right. Stephen James is here. What's up, buddy? Late night top war.
Steven James, baby.
Good to see you here, my
He's
man.
OG.
Yeah, for real. Gary says, guys, you got a great podcast. Dude, we appreciate that, Gary. Yeah, we do have a podcast. If you're podcast people, there's 88 in here watching right now. If all 88 of you are podcast people, we're on wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, you name it. We're on something random that I just Google searched the other day and found us, and I don't even know what it is. Something called Spider. I have no idea what that is, but we're on there.
We're on there. Yeah, we're on
dude. Yeah, and we usually do one a week. We'll throw on some bonus ones. We've been putting up some extra bonus material, draft stuff, and then also we just started something for $9.99, which I did go back and check, Steve, and it is only $2.99 at the moment. So if you guys go do that before we switch that, it's $2.99. You get some extra podcast stuff and some bonus stuff every week. We try to throw up an extra one for that one. Again, it's only $2.99. Any little thing helps.
Spotify said, you guys suck. You're charging too much. You can't charge people that much. You're not that good.
So Spotify,
for it.
Spotify give 70% off coupon right there from Spotify. Jones says he will only play for the Chiefs, but how much of that is just a soundbite versus his willingness? Man, everybody always says that. You don't want to get dogged by Chiefs Kingdom. You don't want to get dogged by whoever. He probably does love it here. At the end of the day, Chris Jones, he's gonna value himself. He's gonna have a number, and if Brett Veach don't hit that number, he'll gladly probably walk. And he'll put on a Raiders uniform before he don't take that number. And that's the sad truth. That's the way people are, man.
Oof, let's hope Chris Jones isn't like that. But yeah,
Right.
You're right. Those guys seem to be. Angry Drunken German says, I don't care who the weapon is. Bijan, tight end, defensive end. If you have a playmaker within your reach, you pull the trigger. Dude, I think that's the sentiment right now. If they don't already have a plan as far as like going to get DeAndre Hopkins or something crazy like that, I think they're just going to take the best value. I think that's what Brett Veach does. I think it's what he's good at. I think if Bijan's there, you can't pass him up. I mean, we don't need a running back, and we definitely don't like taking running backs in the first round. See Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But yeah, I mean, if somebody like that's available, you have to take best available. You have to look at the positions that we need to hit on: offensive tackle, wide receiver, defensive end, whatever it is, and who's the best one available. Go grab them.
Yeah, I think we're in a position right now. Chiefs are luxury guys, like we are. We're the class of the league. We got a pretty deep roster. I think they're picking best player available on all fronts. So if a nice playmaker falls there, I wouldn't be surprised if Brett Veach does not get him. Boats and hoes. I love the
Boats
username.
and hoes. Boats
Boats
and hoes.
Gotta
Oh
have
yeah.
me
What's up, my man? We've seen you.
hoes.
We've seen you around. You leave comments. You've been around for quite some time.
Hey, can I show you guys? We started this off with Chris Jones in a fishing tournament trying to reel in DeAndre Hopkins, right? So is it cool if I show you guys a clip of Chris Jones catching a fish? Dude, you got to see this fish he caught. I'm going to throw it up really quick.
Good Lord. I don't see Chris Jones even fishing. Yeah, I can see it. We probably won't be able to hear it. But
no, you probably won't be able to hear it, but you'll be able to see it. And it's pretty crazy. I didn't know Chris Jones was a fisherman. I'm going to go ahead and play it. Check this out.
There we go.
Look at him.
Nice and easy. Yeah, beautiful.
He's got help. Look at.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
There we go, Jonesy.
I bet you he doesn't touch that fish.
We got to find out.
He's not going to touch it. No way.
25?
That's a beauty. That's a beauty. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Chris Jones,
Nice.
that's a 25-pound fish there for Chris Jones. So look, Chris Jones not only reels in QBs, he's reeling in the big ones, the big fish.
Chris Wright. He says Curtis Samuel. Yeah, I've actually heard other people talk about Curtis Samuel. I think he'd be decent in the Chiefs offense. Do I think he's a target? Probably not, but I don't think that's off the table. I mean, they could do something like that. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like last season when everyone thought that Veach was kind of targeting Chenault. It's they kind of remind me of each other. It's kind of something like that. Mark Sawchuck, good to see you on the channel, man. Could the Chiefs try to trade for Ayuk from the Niners? Apparently he's not happy. We talked about this a little bit just a little while ago. Is it possible? Yes, I suppose so, but not likely. The Chiefs aren't going to give up a first-round pick for him, and I think that's what the Niners would be asking for. Jose, do y'all think Sky Moore will shine more this season since he hardly had any highlights? He's for sure going to shine more this season. Sky Moore is so much better than people think he is. What you've seen this year was the typical Andy Reid wide receiver not getting a whole lot of work as a rookie. But Sky Moore was an absolute beast in college. He was I think he had more yardage than everybody in college his senior year. Like, he was the top wide receiver as far as yardage goes, and yak. And like, there's a lot he can do, man. I think this is the year that you're going to start seeing a little bit more of that. I think it could be a breakout year for Sky.
Yeah, I think Sky was all about just getting a feel for the playbook last year, getting comfortable with Andy, what they wanted to do, getting comfortable with Patrick Mahomes. And Andy's already said it, man. They're going to try to let Sky loose this year, and I think he's going to have a good year. Rob, what's up, Rob? Is there any way we can give Kelsey a youth serum so we can keep him at his prime and on the team forever?
If anyone has it, get it to Kelsey, but also send it to me. I'm tired of being old, man. I did yard work today, right? Like, I had to go ahead and it's that first initial, let's get the yard done, edged up all the sidewalks, put out the weed killer, all that stuff. It took me about 6 hours and I'm done. Like, I'm tired, I'm sore, and I could barely get up. Like, we went to eat dinner and I was like stuck in the booth trying to get out. It's bad. So send me some of that youth serum as well.
For real. Boats and Hose says, in your opinions, our astute opinions here, is the Watson 2-year deal actually a good or great signing, or neither? Thanks, guys. Y'all rock. It's good. I don't say it's great because I don't know. It could almost be great. Why not? Justin Watson can be a special teams guy. He's a veteran. He's got really good speed. He's one of the fastest guys on the team, to be honest. So, I mean, it could turn out great. Maybe him and Mahomes develop more chemistry and he comes on out of nowhere. You never know. I like the signing.
Yeah, it's a good. I wouldn't say it was great. What did they said that he can get up to 3.5 mil? Is that what it is? for each year,
Yeah, I haven't really
possibly.
seen the
So they
specifics.
didn't break the bank or nothing, but I think it, like Mike said, it's solid, and he gives you that veteran guy that can come in and return punts or whatever you might need him to do.
There go my
Lego, what's
next
up, my
one.
man?
What's up, man?
We
I've
ain't
been
seen you in a
hearing.
while. I think we might have seen him on maybe a recent live, but I remember a lot of comments from him early on. Man, it's good to see you.
Yeah, once I finally let go of his ego, he disappeared. So I should have hung on to it a little longer. He's been hearing about the Commanders might cut Montez Sweat. We actually made a point a long time ago that we would have made a trade for Montez Sweat. We thought that was a trade target last year when the Chiefs were like rumored to be looking at Brian Burns and things. People said we were stupid. That was a dumb idea. I don't think it was a very dumb idea. I like Montez Sweat. Can we afford him? Probably not. We got to just get Chris Jones locked
You know what I
up.
think was a dumb idea? Trading a first round pick for that guy, Burns. I mean, that's what everybody wanted to do, and I always thought that was stupid.
Yeah, that was a pretty stupid idea. Brett Burrows, do you think maybe they're holding off on signing guys till after the draft and other teams to counter their moves? I like guys with strengths in areas where other guys are weak. Yeah, they'll probably wait till after the draft. You never know with Veach. There could be somebody out there he's targeting, but I think they'll look to the draft to kind of do it, and then they're going to assess where they're at, what they maybe couldn't get. Maybe there's a guy they wanted they couldn't snag, so they got somebody underneath him a little bit on their draft board. So they got to go sign some veteran, somebody compete in camp. Yeah, there's so much that goes into all this. Brett Veach is a wizard, dude, for real. I want to hang out with Brett Veach. Brett Veach, if you're watching this, man, call me. We're supposed to be going and hanging out. Edits. What are your thoughts on the way Tyreek Hill has been treating the Chiefs? You know what? Tyreek, he's just an attention guy, man. He's an attention guy.
That's what
so
it is. Like
is what
we
it is.
touched on this earlier. I think that's the main reason Tyreek left Kansas City. It wasn't for the money and this and that. I think it's simply because he wants attention, and he knew he was never going to be the guy in Kansas City because Mahomes is here. So he opted to go to Miami where he could be the guy.
Kelsey bus ain't running much longer, says Julia. The crucial pass to Marcus Kemp. Marcus Kemp, that was big. That was a huge play. Yeah. I mean, Kelsey and all of them, they are getting older. Again, Kelsey is still going to garner the double team. And Mahomes, I just think Mahomes needs help sometimes. Like you can be good. Like, okay, look, if I go play pickup basketball with a bunch of 8-year-old kids, I'm going to destroy them kids, But the first time that 16-year-old with a lot of like hops gets in there and starts beating the crap out of me, I'm going to want a little bit of help, So there's only so much help you can only elevate people so much before you're just like, man, I
Right.
really would like to have somebody to help me here.
That's something that we've touched on this channel quite a bit. We don't want to run into an Aaron Rodgers situation with Mahomes. Granted, they're not the same, and Mahomes is more of a team player than Rodgers seemed to be late in his career anyway. But I mean, you don't want to just continue to make Patrick Mahomes elevate everybody else. Why don't we try to elevate him? He is the best player of all time. Let's see how much greater he can be. Let's get him some weapons. So, yeah, that's a good point, because I mean, how much longer is he going to, be okay with, hey, make do with what you got? We're glad you took a team-friendly deal so that we could get you guys on this team, but we're not going to do it. we're going to keep giving you Justin Watson or whoever it might be.
Chris Wanzer says, what if the Commanders traded Chase Young and a first-round pick and one of their top defensive tackles for Chris Jones? So you think that Chase Young, a first-rounder, and a top DT for Chris Jones? I don't think they would offer that, to be honest. That's a little rich.
No, because their top DT's Deron Payne.
Yeah, they just signed him.
And they just paid him a lot, dude.
So you're basically giving up 3 first-round picks. I still wouldn't do it.
I won't do it. No, Chris Jones, man.
I ain't
He
doing
is
it either.
Chris Jones. He's the man. Midwest Ninja, one of my favorite Chiefs channels. Keep it up. Hey, we appreciate you, Midwest Ninja. It's good to see you here on the live.
Gary also says, good to see you, Midwest Ninja. I want you to be able to see that in case you missed it. Chris says, keep it up, homies. Love your banter and insight. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. A lot of people do not like our banter and insight. They say that we don't know what we're talking about.
Well, we've kind of figured something out. We kind of figured something out with YouTube in a sense. So like on our channel, we have a lot of opinions. Like me and Mike go back and forth. We give our opinions about things, and we alienate 50% of the audience right off the bat, because whoever doesn't agree with us is already mad, and they hate our channel, and they think that, we're stupid, and they want to tell us how they would do the YouTube channel instead in the comments. So yeah, maybe we should take more of a Cole approach where we just report the news and we don't get on a polarizing side of an issue. We just kind of stay in the middle. That way we don't do that. But no, that's just what we do. We're very opinionated people, so we're glad you enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like our opinions are that crazy. Like all we did was last year we took so much
It
heat
doesn't
over.
have to be. Like I said, automatically 50% of your audience is
Right.
going to disagree, right?
Like,
so it's like it is what it is.
We took heat for just wanting our offensive line to gel a little bit, and we were like, dude, we can get to the Super
And they
Bowl, and then
did.
we won. So I mean, yeah, I'm out on
Yeah,
Chris Jones
got
trade. I
crossover,
expect an
yeah.
extension. Scott, you're right, man. Surely to God, Brett Veach, he has to be going to bed every night, waking up. First thing he thinks about is trying to get that extension done.
Everybody in here is on that train, okay? Nobody is wanting to trade Chris Jones, so
Right.
that is what it is, and we're right there with you guys. Did I end that poll? I'm gonna look.
Go
I don't even
look.
know if
I'll
I
answer
ended
this
it.
one. The angry drunken German says, so when Andy
I did.
decides to step down, is our next head coach currently on the team, or do we look elsewhere? If he quit this year, I don't know. They'd probably go in-house. They'd probably do. I bet they put Nagy up there.
Possibly, because I mean, Nagy he kind of had an unfair shake in Chicago. That was that's a tough first head coaching gig to go try to take care of that mess. If I could pick anybody to go after, if Andy Reid retired, I would want Mike Tomlin from Pittsburgh. That would be my go-to. If you can't get Tomlin away from Pittsburgh, maybe stay in house. Are there any other guys that you would consider, Mike?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I can't think of his name right now. Doug Peterson. I wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, Doug's amazing. I mean, he's a Chiefs guy anyway. He came from here, so
yeah.
I mean, dude, I just want to go on record here. Totally called the Jaguars making the turnaround and them getting to the playoffs this year. That's who I voted for coach of the year, or who I said would be coach of the year before the season started, was Doug Peterson, because he was going to get them to the playoffs. I don't think he got coach of the year, but man, what a job.
Chris Wright agrees. Boats and Hoes, dang, I had no idea y'all had a podcast too. I'll be subbing to that tonight. I'm excited so I can listen to y'all at work. Dude, that's why we do it. It's so that way you guys on the way to work, when you're bored, pop that in, listen to our podcast. We try to go for an hour each week, and we try to do a little bit of a bonus as well. We actually was going to record that tonight, but we decided to jump on here and talk to you guys. So we'll probably be doing that tomorrow. Actually,
we release those every Monday morning. Every Monday morning they come out. That way you can start your week off right with All Chiefed Up, because we know you don't want to be at work. So just go ahead and pop them earbuds in, man.
Right. Brent, I'm passing up Bijan Robinson LOL after CEH never taking a running back in the first. I can feel that. Right? I can feel that, but yeah, Bijan Robinson and Clyde not even in the same category.
Yeah, Bijan's like a generational talent type sort of guy. Like the last running back you saw of his caliber was Saquon Barkley, and basically you're seeing that now. So that's just a lot of value to pass up.
Yeah. What are the chances we sign McKinnon or Dunlap after the draft? Probably pretty good. I don't think nobody's throwing out money to a 31-year-old running back with all the injuries of McKinnon. He had a good season, but it's a very niche role here in Kansas City. Like, he blocked for Mahomes. He was a Mahomes security blanket there for a little bit out of the backfield. And then Dunlap, I don't know if he even wants to play anymore. Like, he's getting older. Maybe he wants to end on a high. You never know. I wouldn't be opposed to either one of them. They're both pretty sweet.
Lego Mago says that EV could get rehired as the head coach for the Kingdom. That's a possibility. Man, I was never the biggest Eric Bieniemy fan, but I mean, obviously it was kind of like speculative. Like, man, like, how is that really going in the locker room? But all the guys have good things to say about him, and I think he'll do good in Washington.
I hear you. Colleen says PFF ratings suck during the season. A lot of people say that, but they're legit for the draft. CEH was in the 80s, should have never been drafted that early. Bijan would be different. Yeah, I think Bijan and Clyde, two totally different players. Yeah, I don't think there's been a running back come out as high as rated as Bijan Robinson since the kid from New York. What's his name? Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, Saquon. That's what I was saying.
If Jamar Chase was a free agent, that would be a steal. Steve,
man.
Yeah. But, in Kansas City, he puts that red on. He ain't going to be able to push off anymore. I bet his production goes way down. All
those flags would be coming out.
Dude, for all the people that act like the Chiefs just get away with everything, they don't watch Chief football. They don't watch Chief football because we get more offensive PIs than anybody in the league. What's the realistic Kansas City draft? A wide receiver in the first round, because I don't recall Andy Reid or Veach drafting wide receiver ever.
Hey, first of all, good to see you, Kelly. Thanks for the question. No, they normally try to hit in the second round with Veach. Like they took McColl in the second round. They took Sky in the second round. Yeah, I don't think that it's really their thing to take a wide receiver that high. And this year, I feel like it's a pretty weak draft class as far as receivers go. Not that there's not a lot of good receivers out there, but I think for first round value, I don't know if any of them are worth first round value, to be honest. There's no like obvious dude this year. It's not as good as it has been in previous years for sure.
Look, if you go back through history, the Chiefs, I mean, I can't hardly remember a lot of stuff. They took Elmo Wright in 1971. Do y'all even remember a guy named Elmo Wright? Anthony Hancock from
Baldwin.
Yeah, Anthony Hancock from Tennessee in 82. Sylvester Morris from Jackson State in the year 2000. Sylvester Morris never turned out. Debo was a first-round pick from LSU. We took John Baldwin, as Steve just said. So if you look at it, Debo might be the only hit out of that entire group. And Debo,
man, he could have been so much more.
Yeah, but as good as Debo was, I still don't know looking back if he's considered a first-round pick. Like if he's
he
in the
had
draft
a
this year,
better
I don't know if he'd be
quarterback,
a first-round pick.
If he had a better quarterback, he would have been a monster.
What do you think, Steve?
Says, what is your what?
If Debo was in the draft this year, where's he ranking for you? Is he a first-round pick?
It depends. We could definitely use it now. We need that big number one receiver. I think him and Mahomes would be nasty, so I would take him at 31. Edit says, what is your favorite signing of this offseason? Man, I tell you, there's been nothing crazy happen. My favorite signing is probably Charles Omenihu. I feel like he's kind of hitting his stride in the league. We need that that defensive end now that Frank Clark's gone. So I think that's probably my favorite. I think they're getting him at the right time. What about you, Mike?
Dude, I remember sitting in my room. I had my phone out. I was like this. I had my phone out. I was texting Steve. I said, man, we need to come up with a video idea tomorrow. Let's talk about some potential guys we could go get. And I said, Charles Omenihu is one of the top guys I want to go get. I think that's a Brett Veach guy. I'm not lying. 20 minutes later, we signed Omenihu. And I said, really? You screwed up my video idea, Brett Veach. Thanks a lot. And he's done that a lot this year, actually. Like,
yes, he has.
He has trashed our videos this season. Like, we'll come up with something, and 10 minutes before we release, Brett Veach does something chaotic. And, yeah, it's just crazy.
Man, Chris Wright with a 25 bomb, man. Thanks, brother. We appreciate that. Says you two have Saturday nights on lock. Stay live every Saturday night. We Chiefs fans always hungry for news and community. Great job, guys. Love the insight and chat. Dude, we appreciate that. 100%, man. And yeah, we can maybe try to do Saturday nights, man. We're not opposed to it. We're not, the go out and party type guys. We're pretty old and family oriented. So kind of how that goes. But
dude, yeah, I'm down with doing Saturday nights. If that's something you guys want, let us know, man. Of course, when we said that, everybody jumped offline right now, so they're trying to get away from us.
Well, we've been going for an hour.
Yeah,
so
it's getting a little late.
How much of us can they take? No, but for real though, we might try to do that. We're trying to build a community here. We know there's a couple decent Chiefs communities on YouTube already, but there's not a whole lot. And I think we can be a place. We're from Kentucky. We're not from Kansas City. We don't claim to be from Kansas City. We're not bandwagon fans per se. We grew up as Chiefs fans. Our dad was Chiefs fans all the way back from when they won the Super Bowl the first time. And we just grew up that way, man, like all about the Chiefs. It was our dad was a minister. So it was literally like, God, family, and football, legitimate, like that weird, stupid sign you would get at like a, primitive store or something for your living room. No, that was legit it, man. It was Chiefs all the way. So yeah, we want everybody all over the globe, man. No matter where you're from. Mike actually had a map up last time. You have to bring the map back. Where we were kind of plugging where everybody was from. We're gonna hit the whole United States. That's all there is to it.
We're gonna bring it back. Lego says Chris Wright with another one. Thanks for the support. Yeah, man, Chris, we appreciate that, dude. That's big. That's awesome. Crutch Collectibles. Hey, man, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a little while. I don't get why people get so hurt over someone's opinion, dude.
They do.
If you put yourself out there on the internet these days, if you just talk these days, people are going to come at you. And me and Steve, we just do this we don't claim to be insiders. We're not KC Sports Network. They got a few guys over there with some insiders. Fun to watch. Ryan, RGR, all them over there at RGR. Those dudes are great analytical guys. Ryan's got a laundry list of crap he's done in his life. I think he's coached college football, maybe. I'm not for sure exactly what
he's done everything. He told us, but it's hard to keep up with.
Right. But still, they do that. We started it not to like overtake nobody, not to step on anybody's toes. We started it simply because we like to talk Chiefs football. And we was like, hey, man, maybe we can team up with some people out there and we'll all just talk Chiefs football. And yeah, that's the way it is. Julia says shots fired. I don't know who she's talking about. But I'm passing it up. I ain't even starting the drama, Julia. Don't do it. Go back to hitting the bowl or whatever you're doing.
Not Julia.
Oh, okay. This was back. Okay, so we're this far behind on chat. We're talking about you giving opinions. He says, I love the format. Don't change anything. People are crybabies for a reason. Oh, okay. So we're into the part of the chat, Steve, where you said that we give our opinions and we seclude 50% of our viewers.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, are you talking about Cole? We don't fire shots at Cole. We love Cole over here, man.
No. I was just making a point. Like Cole's just like he gives you the news, man. Like that's Cole. Like if you want like breaking news, a guy that's just on it like all the time, he's your man, and he does a great job at it. But yeah, no shots fired. I was just saying he don't give off polarizing opinions like we do.
Yeah, Chief Kelsey, plenty of content out there. KC Sports Network. How about those Chiefs RGR, dude? Chief Concerns, another good one. Yeah. There's so many. There's
a smaller one, a group that gets on and does lives a lot, and that is Kingdom Cast. It's a group of guys, and Kylie Winfrey, she's on there with them as well. Y'all should give them a shot, man. Get over there and watch them next time they're live, man.
Crutch, I think Chiefs go edge round one. That would be pretty sweet. With Omenahue, I wonder what edge would be there. I think in the first round,
I want Felix.
Miles Murphy out of Clemson probably fits it the most. Me and Ryan kind of thought that. Steve loves Felix and Udike Uzoma, King Felix. I like him. He's got a lot of good stuff. I like BJ Ojolari.
There's a poll coming on.
Okay, Steve's putting up a poll. I'll answer Plain Rock. Would like to see them draft a left tackle in the first to go with Jawan at the right. Absolutely don't trade Chris Jones. Love the show. Thanks for all the hard work. We appreciate you, Plain Rock. Yeah, I think the consensus is we want some offensive tackles. We want wide receivers. We want some defensive line. I think that's the three main things the Chiefs are going to be targeting, and I think that's the way it's going to go. Lenny Dawson, our boy with the 1250. I appreciate you, Lenny.
Right, thanks, Lenny.
He said, I'm only half the man you are. Lenny, you're not. In this economy right now, 1250 is like $400, man. I'm happy that you sent it over. That's gonna again, you're keeping the lights on over here in Kentucky, man. It's hard out in the streets over here. Inflation's killing us over here, man. Our gas is like $3.65 right now. Like, let us know.
That's not bad considering a lot of other places.
Hey, right. What's the gas up there in KC, like near KC and Kansas, Mizzou, over in that area, man? I'm curious. We'd love to move out to KC and cover the Chiefs. That's our dream.
Who else am I putting on this poll, Mike?
What do you got?
I got which defensive end would you want the Chiefs to draft at pick 31? I got Felix Udike Uzoma, Will McDonald, Miles Murphy. Give me one more.
Keon White. He's polarizing. Let's
throw it out
there.
Spell his name.
Keion.
All right,
Keon, cool. Dude, people have been trashing Keon White. When the draft season started this past year, Keon White was looked at as a top 10 pick easily. He's fallen down boards. He is a perfect Spags prototypical guy, size and everything. It would not surprise me if he don't fall to 31. You'll see a George Karlaftis situation. And a lot of Chiefs Kingdom is very bent out of shape over that. The way I see it, the kid's got a lot of potential. And at 31, who better to bring potential out of players than Andy Reid and this coaching staff? That could be a steal, man. I know that it's not sexy taking a Georgia Tech pass rusher that don't have much experience, but the kid can
the
play,
poll is
man.
Up. So I got it up, guys. Go vote on that. I want to see who you guys would like out of those four.
Lenny, if you just found these guys, they're great. Keep doing the show. We appreciate you, man. Chris says, love the community and Chief fans. We do too, man. That's why we're on here. That's why we do it. We started with just podcasts, and then one day I was like, Steve, let's get over to YouTube and see what we can do over there. Our first videos ever were like just talking draft last year. I think we didn't put a video to like April.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing at all.
Go back and watch some of those old draft videos, like some of our first videos. Dude, we sucked.
I'm going to throw this out there. So A lot of people, when they're talking about draft or this or that, it's always, hey, go check out RGR, which they do great work and they do good player evals. Or KCSN, I get my info from them, blah, 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 blah. Hey, we were pretty spot on this Chiefs draft stuff last year, guys. Don't need to honk my own horn here, but
Hey, but
toot a little bit, man.
Toot,
We did
toot.
hit. Mike hit 3 players last year. That's a high percentage to hit. Now he had them taking George Karlaftis, Sky Moore, and Josh Williams. So, and then I called Kennard the night before it happened. I mean, we were pretty spot on with the draft. So,
We
draft stuff. Come to us. Ask us your draft questions.
we projected Pacheco a few
Yes.
times in mock drafts. On our final mock, we didn't do Pacheco because we thought Pacheco might slide into the 4th or 5th round, and we wouldn't be that rich on a running
Can't
back.
believe that people passed him up.
I projected Pacheco to be a 3rd or 4th round pick, and he went in the 7th. And if they would have just listened to old Mike over here, y'all would have had a steal. But you didn't, and the
Right.
Chiefs got him in the 7th. I appreciate it. Thoughts on Foskey?
Yeah,
I love-
Crutch. Mike loves
Isaiah
Foskey. I do
I
like
do.
him. He's very good.
Yeah, big Foskey guy. If you break Justin Tuck's record at Notre Dame, there's not scrub football players coming through that Notre Dame. That's a long line of history
Exactly.
right there, man.
Exactly.
And he's not polished, but I mean, come on, he can get there.
Right. Lenny says Chief Concerns with Jason Dunn and Marcus Nash is a great show also. Yes, sir, that is. We actually have Jason Dunn going to be on probably live with us sometime soon. We haven't set the date yet, but we have talked to him and he's going to come on here with us. So that should be fun.
Want to get him on before the draft. I like to pick the brains of other draft enthusiasts. We're draft guys here. Are you guys watching? Are you guys draft guys? Because we're seeing that a lot of our content focusing on the draft is not as well received. And me and Steve talk to each other and we're like, does Chiefs Kingdom not like the draft anymore? Have we got so used to winning that we don't care who we pick? Maybe so. Julia.
Maybe. She says, are y'all ready for other fan bases to come after us this season? Talking about them Bungles, Walmart Donkeys, and Small Bills Mafia. Julia, they were all over us this last season, man. The Bengals fans, they are the most annoying group of people in the entire world. And we're from Kentucky, guys. We're around the Louisville, Kentucky area. So we're very, very close to Cincinnati. And we dealt with a lot of that personally and on our channel. So, man, but those that you mentioned are definitely the worst. The Bengals, the Donkeys, and Bills, because the Bills just right. I don't know why they think they're something. Stephen James says, "All profited up, Chiefs." I'm sure he's referring to you nailing the draft picks, Mike.
Hey, Nostradamus. I'm not going to give you guys my secret, but I just want to say it cost me $9 and you can buy them at Walmart. You shake them and it gets that little thing comes up to the top.
Plain Rock says he just paid $330.
$330. Look at Lenny. Lenny found some money in his sofa. Chris Wright and I are even. Lenny, my boy, that's $25 from Lenny. Man, you guys are having
we appreciate that, Lenny.
Dude.
Yeah, but this is fun, man. This is what we want to do. We want to build up just a little community for all you Chiefs fans to come in. So if you guys have just jumped on, if you've never been to our channel before, welcome. You guys that are always with us, we appreciate you guys more than you know. But yeah, we're just trying to get a little community built up, have some fun, talk some Chiefs football. So if you are new here and you've never been here before, hit that subscribe button, help us out. That's something that we haven't really talked about. It's our subscribers. We hit over 8,000 about a week ago, I say, something like that. We're trying to get to 10,000. We were trying to get to 10,000 before the draft kicked off, but things slowed down so much.
Off-season,
but yeah,
baby.
I mean, yeah, we're trying to get up there. So you guys should help us get to that 10,000 before the draft. I don't know if that's possible for us to get there because we only got a couple weeks left, but I think we got some people on this chat that can get some stuff done, and I think that we
Chris,
could get there with y'all's help.
Do a Saturday Night Go Live poll. Should we take over Saturday Night Live from Saturday Night Live? Should we call it SNL? We'll call it ACL.
Yeah, and then we'll have Kelsey on. Kelsey can host it.
I don't like ACL. That just sounds like we're having an injury.
That sounds like bad juju. Yeah. Let me get over to our poll. I'm going to go ahead and close this poll down.
Chris said, also love the interview with Kalijah Cansey. Dude, Kalijah Cansey, I'm going to be dead honest with you guys. I don't know how I got Kalijah Cansey on the show. I don't know. I just reached out to his agent and she hooked it up and she was awesome. She gave me her personal cell phone number. She talked to me on a flight. I don't know how we hooked that up. She was supposed to be sending us another guy. I'll go ahead and say the name because I don't know if he's going to come on or not. I think they've changed their mind. He don't want to do anything live. They were going to throw Raheem Jarrett to us as well, the wide receiver out of Maryland. I don't know if you guys dug into him. We like
Very
Raheem
athletic
Jarrett.
guy.
He's a 3rd or 4th round guy in our opinion. We were going to have him on. I don't think that's going to work out now. She doesn't want him to answer any live questions. Must be something going on with Raheem. Maybe he's a little too honest. Yeah, so you never know.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Julia says, such an underrated Chiefs channel, 20K now. From your lips to God's ears, Julia.
Julia, you're awesome. I'm gonna end this poll. So we had the poll: which defensive end would you want the Chiefs to draft at pick 31? 44% went with Felix Anudike Uzoma. I like these 44%.
Steve with the win.
Will McDonald 19%, Miles Murphy 12%, 25% Keon White. So that guy that you thought wasn't going to get a whole lot, he did.
Hey, what I'm noticing is there's 72 people watching, and you guys are smart football guys and gals, by the way. Because if you guys are on to Keon White at 31, I think it's a steal at that pick. You know, they did invite him to the draft, Steve. And if Keon White, they know that you've got to be on everybody's big board top 50 before they're going to draft you. Like, they don't want those situations where you're sitting in there for 4 rounds looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody's down on Keon White, but the NFL knows something we don't.
The poll is up, by the way. Poll is up. Check your chat. It says, should the ACU hangout be an every Saturday night thing? So make sure to vote on that one.
Boats and Host says, I'm out. This old man's getting sleepy. Great
Boats
show as
and
usual. This time
Hoes.
I tried to engage with comments and had a blast. Boats and Host, so glad you did, man. And yeah, don't be afraid. If you guys are in here listening and don't be afraid to talk to us, man. It's just football. You can't say nothing dumb. I mean, if you say something dumb, we'll just laugh for a little bit. But we ain't going to do it for a while.
We say dumb things all the time, man. It's okay. If you have everybody's got opinions. Everybody's got opinions. But yeah, we appreciate you, man. We're glad that you came and hung out with us, man.
For real. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? How about Deuce Vaughn in the 4th? Would be a fun kick returner. Dante Hall 2.0. Like Deuce Vaughn. The 4th round, we have 2 picks in the 4th. I wouldn't be opposed. If they didn't think they could get him at the end of the 5th or the first pick in the 6th, I believe we have. Steve says it's rich. You know what? Let me tell you something, Steve. It might be a little bit. But it's okay.
It's a little rich. I'll tell you one that I like, guys. He's not going to go to the Chiefs. It's not necessarily their type of running back. But I think you guys should keep your eye on Chris Rodriguez from the University of Kentucky. That kid is a baller, and he's a bruiser, and he can run the ball. He can receive. He's a beast, man. I think people are overlooking him.
I did a mock draft last night for every single person or every single team, 5-round mock draft. I had him mock, Steve. Tell me if I did well here. I got him replacing Zeke Elliott in the Cowboys in round 3.
Dude, that would be killer for them.
Be a pick,
will they do it? I don't know. He also kind of strikes me as you guys remember Benny Snell. He was a running back from the University of Kentucky. He ended up with Pittsburgh. Never really panned out. He was behind Le'Veon Bell, I believe, at that time. But yeah, it's that type of thing, man. I think if he goes to the right situation, it could be huge for him for sure. So if you guys are just joining us, we kind of started this live with a little D-Hop talk. Everybody's, half of us are tired of it, half of us aren't. But Chris Jones was trying to recruit D-Hop, as he says, during their little fishing thing. So D-Hop didn't want to say much about it, kind of being secretive. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Just more speculations, all it is. So make sure to put that down in the comments if you just came in. Are you tired of hearing about D-Hop, or do you want him in Kansas City?
Man,
why did I just see like a weird flash? Is someone taking pictures of me, or is it lightning outside?
It might be. I'm not tired of D-Hop per se, because if he comes to the Chiefs, I'm all for it. But I'm just tired of hearing about it. Like, come on, man. Like, pick somebody. Let's get out of there.
Yeah, no kidding. Let me check this poll. I want to see what this poll's running at. We're at 100% yes. 100% yes. So
okay, we'll be back next Saturday then.
We might be doing this on Saturdays from now on, man. I'm not opposed to it. Just fun little hangout, man. It's been a good time for real.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I'm down with it. I mean, you guys have now just pissed off my girlfriend, and we're not doing stuff on Saturday nights, but it's okay. We're gonna be on here. I'll just be hanging out with little Sam back here. Little Sam. Do y'all like my little Sam? Are you guys into horror movies? Like, we love
dude.
Look at him.
I love that. That's one of my favorites. I love that little dude.
I'm gonna bring it in for you. I'm gonna bring it in for you. Wait, way too close.
Here, I'm gonna
But check
step back
this.
one.
Oh,
Look
at
at him.
Sam.
Dude, that's pretty
Oh,
sweet, dude.
she actually
Dude, if y'all
made
haven't watched
it.
that movie, you gotta watch it. It's crazy. She made that?
He's 3 foot tall, and my girlfriend actually made that out of a Christmas decoration. She's pretty
That's
crazy when
amazing.
she gets a chance.
See, Scott Crosser, you're on the clock. Who you picking? Harrison, Jones, Felix, BJ, Foskey, Double A, or B Robinson? Ooh. Let's see here.
Ooh,
Let's talk this one out. So
okay.
if we're going defensive end, Felix over BJ and Foskey. Right?
I'll agree with that because I think Felix fits Spag's style more. Foskey's pretty close, but I think Foskey is a reach at 31. So yeah, I'll say Felix over BJ there.
All right. And then we got Bijan Robinson. If he's at 31,
I'm
man.
taking him. I'm taking him.
Yeah, I think you have to. What else do we got here? Who else you ask?
I don't care if I turn around and trade
Harrison,
him the next
Jones.
day. I'm taking.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be honest. In this situation, if Bijan Robinson's there at 31, you take him off pure value. You
The
have to.
rich get richer. What happens if Pacheco goes down for a few games next year with a hamstring? This dude hits everybody so hard. Pacheco runs like a bull. The
Yeah.
fact that he didn't get injured last year is an amazing feat, in my opinion. So, dude, plus
Having
Bijan, come on,
though?
man. Could you imagine those two? Just a double-headed monster, and Bijan can catch out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Dude, and a 5-year contract on Bijan Robinson with that extra fifth
It'd be
year.
nice.
Come on,
Be
bro.
super
Like
nice.
we're trading him in 2 years for a first-round draft pick.
Crutch says, what % chance would y'all give Justin Ross of making the roster and contributing? I'm going to give him a good chance. I would say he's, depending on what they go do at this wide receiver position, if they go sign or not sign, but trade for a veteran, I think that his chances go down. I think if they draft high in the draft, his chances go down. But I do think he's probably got about a good 60-40 chance. I'm going to give him a little bit more than the 50-50. Justin Ross is an amazing receiver. We all saw what he did in college. It's just all about staying healthy and being able – I mean, people's got a lot of lofty expectations on him. I think it's unfair. We've talked about that. They're putting a lot on this kid's shoulders, and I think they need to just lay off of him a little bit and let him get in here and do what he can do, man.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to give him a 70% chance of making the roster and contributing. I'm going to slightly smaller. I'm going to say 65% chance he contributes. A 0% chance he contributes the way Chiefs Kingdom think he's going to be, which is a Pro Bowler right out of the gate. We're actually hearing that he's going to do more than D-Hop would do if D-Hop got here. That's insane, guys. Come on. Lay off
Gary
the-
Holland, you're welcome, man. Thank you for being here. And Chiefs Kingdom is awesome. And Chris Wright says, woohoo, Saturday Night Fever, guys. We need Chiefs content every day, especially on Saturday night. I agree, man. I think that it's awesome that there's so many good content creators for the Chiefs and things like that right now. It just lets everybody, have a place to go and talk about this stuff. And it's also awesome. The community is great because no matter what channel you prefer, like whether it be RGR or KCSN or how about those Chiefs or even us, Chief Concerns, Kingdom Cast, all of us get together and we talk about this stuff together. We'll go on each other's lives and we'll hang out and do videos with each other. And it's just a cool community. And not only is it a really good time to be a Chiefs fan because of what's going on in Kansas City with the football team, but it's a good time to be a Chiefs fan because of the media that you got. You don't have to depend on ESPN talking about how Patrick Mahomes isn't the best quarterback in the league, which is nonsense. They're just trying to get people to watch. You can come over to YouTube and watch some good Chiefs content. So it's a good place to hang out and talk with everybody.
Yeah. Love it. I got a surprise for you guys right now. You ready?
I was wondering what you're up to over there.
We're bringing out the map, baby. The push pin map is there. You guys,
this
in
is
the comments
who
right
we've
now. There's 75 of you guys watching. We need to know where you guys are watching from. We want to get this entire map filled in. So far, these are all the states in blue that have contributed to watching to a live. So, I mean, we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 out of 50 states, guys. So come on, let us know where you guys are at. We're going to fill it in. Crutch says Arkansas. We have Arkansas on the board, Crutch. Good job.
You get that on the map. Lenny says all Chief W, you guys don't have housewives of Kentucky out there. We do have some housewives, but They haven't beaten us for being on here so far, but it could be because she's at work. Little man sleeping, so I snuck on.
Yeah. Chief Kelsey just subbed. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate that. Son works with KC
Absolutely.
Sports Network, and I get as much Chiefs NFL info I can. Who's your son? He works at KC
Nice,
Sports.
yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, have your son reach out to us. Does he actually do content and stuff with him? He'd be probably fun to have on one night on a live. We can do some mock drafts. Or
Yeah.
something.
Thanks
That'd
for
be pretty cool.
subscribing though. But yeah, if you guys are watching and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna do our damnedest to get to 10,000 before this draft starts, and we got quite a bit of a way to go there. So help us out. Hit that sub button if you haven't yet.
Right. So we got Texas. We got Colorado Springs, Colorado in here, Steve. Colorado on the
Nice.
map. Question, Chris. Colorado, do you guys run into a lot of Denver fans out there? Like, how does that work out? I'm curious because Steve already mentioned, man, we're pretty close to Cincy over here. And we're about an hour away from Lexington, about
Is
an
that
hour and a
where,
half from Cincy.
Does Dan and Ryan from RGR, are they in Colorado? Does anybody know? I think they live in Colorado. So they probably could answer that as well.
True. Yeah. I don't know if Dan lives there. He is a military guy, so who knows? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ryan lives over there. I don't know if Ryan wants us to tell
Probably
everybody where he
around, they
lives.
could be around that Colorado Springs area. Whatever, it's public
Ryan,
info.
he lives at 355 Main Street.
What we got here? Scott Crosser. What about the other Texas running back with the 95th pick, Mike? What do you think about that one?
Rashawn, baby, Rashawn. You know, that kid runs hard. And with Bijan Robinson at Texas, he knew he was going to be the backup guy. And I think it speaks a lot to his character that he just didn't cut ties and try to transfer, because that transfer portal is out of control these days with these kids. So I like him. I think he can do whatever. He gets the tough yardage. I wouldn't be surprised. 95, that would be a third-round pick. I think he could surprise people and get to that third-round pick. Would I want to spend a third-round pick on him as the Chiefs? Probably not. But if he was there in the fourth and Brett Veach was to pull the trigger, I like that. I think just like Pacheco, he's a big guy. And we all know how the Chiefs are with third and short and fourth and short. That's not our forte, let's be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Chris Wright's answering for you, man. Denver fans are the worst. So he's been to 5 Chiefs games at Mile High, and they give him so much. Dude, I don't doubt that a bit. Lenny Dawson, I've been a Chiefs fan since 1968. Believe me, this is the best time to be a Chiefs fan. Man, obviously, I've been a Chiefs fan for probably a good 20-some years now, right at it. Mike, way longer. Him and my dad, I remember several times us just sitting in the kitchen. This was before that, because we're in Kentucky, so we didn't get Chiefs on the local networks. It was always the Bengals or the Colts or the Titans or whoever. So yeah, we would sit in the kitchen where the family computer was at, and it was when the internet first came out, and we'd just be in there listening to Mitch Holtis. Everybody just be chilling, listening to the game. So we've been around for a while. Definitely the best time.
Did everybody have a family computer in the kitchen and it was on dial-up internet?
It wasn't a kitchen. It was the dining room. It wasn't in the actual kitchen.
Yeah, it was in the refrigerator. You had to open the refrigerator to get to the monitor.
Oh, man.
Dude,
Traskel says Wyoming. Did you get Wyoming on there, Mike?
I did. I got Wyoming for Trask. What's up, Trask, by the way? Hulsey. I hope I'm saying that right. Hulsey? That's pretty... I like that name, though. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Listen from Atlanta, Georgia. That's awesome, dude. Atlanta, Georgia, baby. I'm assuming you're a Braves guy out there, or are you a Royals guy in Atlanta?
Man.
Hey, man, either way, we grew up
on the
Braves,
yesterday.
Speaking of baseball, the only people we could get was the Braves on TBS, and we got the Cubs on WGN. That is the only 2 teams we could ever watch before the internet was invented. And so we know a lot about the Braves, a lot about the Cubs. But, yeah, these days we love the Royals.
The Reds, yeah.
Right.
All right, cool. So what do we got here?
We got an Oklahoma here, baby.
Oklahoma in the house.
Lenny.
Plain Rock says Ryan does live in Colorado. Okay, sweet. So I kind of thought so.
Okay. Well, guys, look at this map. We're filling it up. I'm not going to remember what this is, but should we just keep the map? Should we always keep the map? Or should we try to fill it all?
That way
next
time we get on, we can add to it. Next time we get on, we can add to it. We don't got to start over.
Hey, man. It is what it is. Hey, I watched a
It is
guy.
what it is.
I watched a guy on TikTok one time, and he went live. He broke it down to counties within each state of the United States, and people were telling him what county they were in. He almost had the whole thing filled up with counties, dude. It was insane. Chris Wright, oh, he's back with the 1250, and he says, "Keep up, Lenny." LOL. But seriously, guys, consider Saturday nights. We will come, dude. I think we're gonna do Saturday nights. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I just texted up Steve and I was like, "Hey man, do you want to get on tonight? I feel like it's time to talk some Chiefs football." And
Hey,
he was like,
man,
"Sure."
it was kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie because Mike don't have kids. I got too many, and it was like I'd been doing the yard work all day and everything, and my girl, she goes to work on third shift, so trying to pick up one kid from work at 10, her leaving at 10. I was like, dude, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, but everything worked out, and here we are.
Yeah, and I kind of like it, man. I like Saturday night. It gives me something to do.
Yeah,
I
if
don't
we
feel
plan it,
right.
I'm good to go. Yeah.
We'll plan it. Next week we'll be back. Probably same time. We'll probably do it. Yeah, let us know what's a good time for
Yeah.
you guys. In KC, put up a
We'll,
post, Steve. 7, 8,
we'll
9, 10.
obviously go live throughout the week as well, but it'd be cool to have just a little hangout every Saturday
Yeah.
night. I'm not opposed to that whatsoever. I'll put up a poll
Yeah, let them
about
pick
the
the time.
times. So
I don't want to go early too early because I know you guys have dinner and stuff to do. Too late, people have to get to bed. Tonight we went live. What it was about 10 o'clock, so it'd have been 9 in Kansas City. That's probably a pretty good time, I would think. We've had a pretty good night. We've had a lot of interaction. We've had a lot of viewers. We didn't think nobody's going to show up. We thought everybody'd be out like clubbing or something. Who knows what y'all do on Saturday? All y'all young folk out there.
I'm going to base this around Central Time, just because that's the time zone
Okay.
in Kansas City. So I
Gotcha.
will just you guys kind of adjust accordingly when you vote on this poll, and I will get it posted in just a second.
Central Time. 72 people watching. Guys, hit the like button for us. Share it. Put it on Facebook. Put it on Twitter. Put it on who knows. I don't even know. Do people have MySpaces anymore? No.
I
Okay.
know.
So,
Get out of here.
yeah, man, throw it up. Let people know we're to go watch two idiot guys talking about the Chiefs. And, if they like to argue, just come over here, man, because we don't argue back, but everybody likes to argue. So something to do. Lenny's back. Lenny says 6:50 because he's only half the man. Saturday nights is a good time slot. You guys are killing me, Lenny.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys, man. That's awesome.
My math is off. I overpaid 25 cents, says Lenny. That's hilarious. Lenny and Chris, you guys have been awesome tonight, man, for real. That makes our whole night. Again, we do not get paid for YouTube. You get paid a little bit for those ads. You'll see the beginning of it, but man, YouTube eats that alive. And so, yeah, man, it's just awesome.
And you never know when you can work, when we do a full video and put it out, say it's a 10-minute video, we're recording and then I edit it and we get the thumbnail together. By the time we have the whole package together and we put this video out, we probably got a good 7 to 8 hours in a video. And then sometimes YouTube just completely squashes it in the algorithm. And like people that even subscribe to us don't even see it in their feeds, which is strange. But yeah, so sometimes that can happen. So yeah, like Mike said, we appreciate you guys because we do put in a lot of work, man.
Yeah. Steven says, let's go, Lenny. Steven has donated a lot of money too. He gave us $20 last time for a pizza. We didn't actually buy a pizza yet, but I think this week I am going to go to Steve's house and we're putting that to good use on a New York style pizza.
We talked about that. I think he actually, that's when he did super chat. We were talking about New York style pizza, then gave us a couple bucks for that. Well, we're going to hit up that little Charlie's Pizza is what we're going to do because that place is delicious, man.
That's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hide the interactive map. It looks like everybody has mapped out. Yeah. So
yeah, well, for you guys that have just came in, if you haven't yet, put in the chat where you're from. We're trying to fill up this entire United States map. So put in there where you're watching us and where you watch the Chiefs from, because we want to know, man. We want this to be a place where everybody can come hang out. No matter where you're at. If you're a Chiefs fan, you come here. Even if you've been a Chiefs fan for a week or, 25 years, we want you here. We're going to talk about the Chiefs.
Have any of you guys in KC area, have you guys seen the Shadow Milk? Is that perhaps pronounced Chateau or is it Chateau? I don't know how they pronounce it.
I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
The Eagles Tears Milk. I seen where Cole had done a short and stuff where he went and drank it all. But yeah, man, we kind of want some of that. So if anybody over there gets their hands on a bottle, ship us a bottle, please. I will gladly pay you for it. I want to try it. I don't know if it would ruin by the time it got here in the
Yeah,
mail.
you
What do you
don't
think?
want to try the milk. If you want the
I'm trying it.
bottle,
I'm trying it live
no,
on air. It doesn't even matter. Gross, old, moldy milk. I'm trying it.
that'd be nice.
Crush
We could
Collectibles.
just-
We need some more East Coast Chiefs. We do, man. The upper East Coast. Everybody's over here loving the Patriots. I ain't liking it. What are your expectations on Justin Ross this season? Says Clinton, Missouri. Kenneth, nice to see you here, my man. We've been talking about Justin Ross a little bit
Yeah.
tonight. We think as it sits right now, Justin Ross is probably going to make the roster as one of the top 6 wide receivers. We think Andy and them will keep 6. Again, that's not factoring in if we sign another veteran. That's not factoring in maybe 1 draft pick, maybe 2 draft picks at receiver. So we haven't really factored that in. We haven't also factored in if Jerry and Ely would be listed as a receiver either, because we think they're trying to get Jerry and Ely involved a little more this year. Steve loves Jerry and Ely.
I
But
think
yeah,
it could be a little dark horse guy. Like you might see him. It wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, Justin Ross, we've talked about it a lot, but we have high hopes for him. We do, and we hope it works out. But I feel like Chiefs Kingdom's putting a little bit too much on that kid's shoulders right now.
Gary says St. Joseph's, Missouri's guys training camp. Me and Steve came to training camp last year, man.
We've been to St. Joe's a couple times, actually.
Yeah, we came last year. We went the Super Bowl year, and my God, that was packed that year, man. It took so long to get in there. But we came last year. We actually got to do an interview on KSHB, I believe, one of the networks.
Mike's girlfriend predicted the Chiefs Super Bowl on the news there in Kansas City.
Right.
She guaranteed the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl this year. So that was pretty awesome.
She did. But yeah, we'd love to get out there. We'll probably go out again next year. If we come out there next year, though, Steve, we should figure out a way to have a nice little all chiefed up hangout sesh. Maybe we can all go get barbecue together or something, man.
Next time we're in KC, you guys that live close, we're definitely we're gonna meet up. We're gonna go grab some food or something. Just have a good time. Stephen James says dry ice. Hey, if you're gonna send Mike some milk with the dry ice, that'd be hilarious, dude.
Dude, I'll drink it.
Too funny. Actually, funny story. Mike is actually friends with a guy named Zach Bagans that does Ghost Adventures. If you guys know that TV show, and this was like a thing. I think it was about Cincinnati chili, actually. Like Zach had never had it. He tried it. He liked Skyline chili. So Mike, or actually somebody sent him Skyline chili in the mail.
Yeah.
And he opened it up and ate it. And then he texted Mike and said, "Thanks for sending me the Skyline chili." And Mike was like, "Dude, I didn't send you any chili." So he literally just opened up some random food that somebody sent him, God knows who, and ate it because he thought it was Mike. That's such a funny story.
Yeah, he said he was going to go throw that up immediately. I don't blame him, but I don't think nobody was about to poison the guy or anything. But
no, but it's just the randomness of the whole thing. Like, obviously, you went there with him. He thought it was you. Lenny Dawson says, "All chiefed up, great Chiefs chat without being condescending." Yeah, dude, we're having a good time. We enjoy all you guys participating and talking with us in the chat. And yeah, we're not condescending at all, or we try not to be. A lot of people say I come off a little like a jerk, and I'm sorry if I do. I don't mean to. It's just me. I promise. I like everybody. I just want to be, we just want to be kind to people and have a good place to talk about Chiefs football. So we like everybody's opinions and everything else. I mean, everybody's got different thoughts. So we welcome everyone here. So
yeah, for sure. I'm trying to find a nice picture of me and Zach and stuff so you guys can see it, but I don't know what I did with him. I've lost him.
If you get random Skyline chili in the mail, don't eat it. It wasn't Mike. That's all I got to say to you guys.
Right.
Oh man. Hey, we got a Nashville, Tennessee right here, baby.
We do.
Kevin Robinson. Hey, welcome to the channel, Kevin. Good to have you here. If you haven't subbed yet, hit that sub button, man. We just like hanging out, talking Chiefs football with everybody. Nashville, Mike actually drives down to Nashville every night, and I had been doing it with Mike as well for a little while, but we actually drive down to Nashville as a job, picking some stuff up. So we're down there quite a bit. Dude. Where's your favorite hot chicken in Nashville, Kevin? Is it Prince's or is it Hattie B's? I'd be interested to know what you have to say on that one.
Or is it one that we haven't even ate yet? Which
maybe.
We've ate a lot of good
Never
hot
know.
chicken down there, though, for real.
Crutch says so. Richie James could get cut. Yeah, I think that's a possibility. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. Richie James could also contribute. Like you never really know. It kind of depends on him. He had the best season he's had as a pro so far last season. So I mean, if he kind of hitting his stride, like I've compared that signing to the Charles Omenihu signing. Like, hey, they went and found a guy that just had his best year in the league, and they think that he's going to keep building on that. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of up to him. But could he get cut? It really depends, man. If they were to go get trade for a veteran receiver, or they were to draft a high receiver in the draft, then yeah, I think it's a possibility. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Let's see. Laid back football time of year. I'm
what's
still
going on,
that Super
Greg?
Bowl buzz. Greg, aren't we all, man? The
We're
Super
all
Bowl,
going to be on that Super Bowl buzz for a while, baby.
like I tell you,
Dude.
this year we kind of had faith that the Chiefs were going to make a little run because we just kept telling everybody, be patient with that offensive line. We think it's good enough to get there, and it happened. But I'll say this. The first one was a little unexpected. Maybe not, because, you know, when you have – I don't know how to explain it. When you have Patrick Mahomes, it was – I don't know. I just love Patrick Mahomes. Man.
Isn't
He's
it
the
awesome
man.
having Patrick Mahomes?
It's great.
Good Lord. That's the best thing ever happened to the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. I don't care what anybody says. Just crazy if they think otherwise.
There you go, guys. I found it.
So here's
Dude.
Mike with the guys from Ghost Adventures. Zach over there on the left side.
I was trying to zoom it in for you. It's not wanting to zoom. But
That's the guy that Mike thought Mike sent
this
him.
guy right
to
here.
Skyline Chili.
So this is Zach. They do Ghost Adventures on the Travel Channel. He's been on there for like 20 years. He basically owns it right now. This is Zach. They come in. They live in Las Vegas. He actually has his own haunted museum. And if you're into like ghost shows, haunted museums, things like that, you can go. He's actually got like the Annabelle doll at his museum. He's got Dr. Kevorkian's van at his museum. Like, it is pretty creepy stuff. And yeah, so Zach's a cool dude. Aaron over here, he's also a cool dude.
Awesome guy.
Yeah, fun story. He DM'd my girlfriend. He was trying to hang out with my girlfriend. And I was just like, hey, bro, what are you doing? I was like, get off. So we ended up being cool. Aaron got a little jealous because we were hanging out more than him. He tried to stab me here, but I don't know. Good times, man. Just one of those things. Life happens. I don't know how crap like that happens. Like the stupidest stuff happens to me. Does it not, Steve? Like, it is so ridiculous.
It always does. Cole says, not surprised Jones wants Hopkins. Yeah, man. I think all these guys want that. Like, I feel like everyone on the Chiefs want Patrick Mahomes to have somebody that can elevate his game, because Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback ever. I don't care what y'all can argue with me all you want, but it's just how it is. That's what I see on the field. He don't have 25 Super Bowls like Tom Brady. Don't care. I see him play. He's the best. And I feel like he could be even better if they got him wide receiver one. I think a lot of people see that as well. Greg says young boys played well last year. Dude, these young guys balled out last season. That's why we won a Super Bowl. And the fact that this team is just as young as they are is amazing. Let's see here. Sorry about that. Kevin Robinson says Prince's for sure. So I'm okay. I'm kind of on the fence here. I feel like the sandwich. What's that called there? The Andre?
The Andre.
That thing was the best sandwich that I've had for sure. But I think that Hattie B's has better sides than Prince's. Like the pimento mac and cheese at Hattie B's.
Oh, so good, baby.
Oof, so good. But the sandwich though, the Andre, you're right. You can't pass that.
The red velvet cake at Prince's, guys, you have to go try it. Red velvet cake. Me and Steve, I let Steve try it. I'll make a trip all the way down there just to get
that
cake,
stuff is amazing. Yeah, if you go to Prince's, make sure to grab some of that. Stephen James says, I got a chef here in KC that does Texas style napalm chicken. Fire. Never had that, never heard of it. I'm going to look it up because I want to try it.
Right.
Unless it's too hot.
Put that on the dry ice too and send that over.
The curse of Todd Blackledge has been lifted with Mahomes. Damn right it did.
Dude, me and Steve and Pops drove up to a playoff game, and they actually had the actual like Native Americans in the area was doing like a prayer out on the field. Do you remember that, Steve?
Dude,
and they
were Yeah, what was the Hank Stram curse that they were trying to break?
Yeah, but they broke it
And
for
they
real.
did. Yeah, I think the Chiefs beat the Colts. I believe it was in that game. That was fun. Officer Keith, hey, what's up, man? Good to have you here. He says he's one of the biggest Chiefs fans to ever live. Hey, where are you from, Officer Keith? We want to see if we can fill out our map a little bit. We're trying to get somebody from all 50 states representing the Chiefs Kingdom. So that's what we're trying to do here. But, dude, good to have you here. Welcome. You haven't hit that sub button yet? Hit that sub button. Come hang out
There
with
it
us
is.
when we do these.
There it is. The map's back up, Keith. If you live in one of those that are in gray, let us know. We're trying to turn that bad boy blue.
Yeah. Chris Wright, he says Chiefs home schedule next year is sick. 7-2. Road schedule looks 7-1-ish. Arrowhead Invitational continues. Yes. They've been absolutely trying to run the Chiefs into the ground. I mean, I think the NFL, this sounds crazy because Patrick Mahomes could obviously be the poster boy for the NFL. I mean, a lot of people think he is, and they say that he gets special treatment, this and that. I tend to believe it looks like to me that the NFL actively tries to make it harder on the Chiefs. Like they were the first team ever last year that had to play 8 straight teams that had winning seasons from the year before. Another brutal schedule coming up this year. So yeah, but I think the Chiefs can do exactly what you're saying, man. I think 14-3 year would be pretty nice.
Yeah, for sure. Here you go, Steve. There's the pic of us and our pops at the game where they broke the chant. I'm pretty sure that was the game because it was cold that day. I could be wrong. But yeah, if you can tell, look at us, man. We look like a bunch of savages rolling up in the Arrowhead, but it was cold.
Dude, so
that day,
funny
bro.
story. This was a game where everyone got mad because Chiefs fans were throwing snowballs onto the field. But before the game, we were actually standing in line to get into the stadium, and I made a snowball, and there was like a news team back behind us, and they were live doing the news. And this dude's like probably a good 40 yards away from us or so. Well, I used to pitch baseball, like, so I got a pretty decent arm, or used to, but Mike's like, I bet you can't hit that news reporter. So I make this snowball. I pop this dude right in the back. I mean, square in the back while he's live on TV. And you see him turn around. He's so mad. I'll never forget that. That was crazy. Everybody's just laughing about it.
Yeah, that's a true story. I don't know who in the world you hit, dude, but you made him angry. Was he it was like an ESPN guy or something, wasn't it?
I don't know. I hope one of you guys saw it live on TV. If you did,
yeah,
put it in the
that'd
comments.
be pretty sick, actually.
All right. Bolton's first year, he ranked number 1 linebackers for tackles for a loss. I believe the Tranquil signing to help Gay in coverage place Bolton back up on the line as a running back QB spy he excels at. Kenneth Caldwell, good to see you here, man. Seen you on a couple of our videos leaving comments, so good to have you here live. You're not wrong, man. I think the Tranquil signing was literally specifically to have another guy that's good in coverage as a linebacker, because Nick Bolton is amazing. I love Nick Bolton. I think that's one of the best draft picks we've had in a long time. He just encompasses Chiefs football right now. I mean, he plays hard. He's high character. He's smart. He's a leader. And I love him, but he's not the greatest in coverage. So I think Tranquil and Gay can both. Same with Leo. Leo's not great in coverage. He's got time to get better at it, but Leo's more of a downhill kind of guy. So I think you're right on that one, Kenneth.
Yeah. Chris, do you guys have an address PO box? I do. I typed it to you. Also, you can go back to any of our videos. It's in our description somewhere. It's in the description. It's a PO box.
Yeah. So if you send some weird stuff, go into Mike's PO box. So he's like the test dummy. Whatever y'all send, Mike gets to see it first. So
yeah, whatever. The post office has to deal with it. So don't do nothing crazy. I almost prefer a defensive line early versus edge. Freeze Jones up, puts fear in every QB's eyes, says Ryan. Ryan, dude, a lot of people think that Kalijah Kancey is not a pick for us here in Chiefs Kingdom. I'm not so sure, man. We love Kalijah Kancey here. I think if Chris Jones is absorbing that double team, Kalijah Kancey can get to the quarterback. I also like Mozzie Smith out of Michigan. Every time I watch film of Mozzie Smith, he goes up higher on my draft board. I was watching Luke Schoonmaker film, the tight end for Michigan, and I'm flipping through the film, and I'm like, dude, Mozzie Smith's killing it. Mozzie Smith goes higher on my draft board. I'm looking at film of Jackson Smith and Jigba. Mozzie Smith goes higher on my draft board. I absolutely love Mozzie Smith. I think that kid can actually play. But yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy. Cole says Wichita, Kansas here. Cole, we appreciate you being here for real. Hey guys, you forgot to highlight Pennsylvania, Iowa, and Philly. The real Cato. Cato, you're right, dude. You did say that. I'm going to update that right now. There it is. It's blue on the map. Let me make that visible for you guys. It is blue on the map. It is good to go. Let me put that on there. There we go. That's awesome. Yeah, I totally forgot that. See, I've got to write these down because next time I get on here, I'm going to forget it. And he says, by the way, how you guys doing? We're doing good, man. Steve probably had to take off, check on his son. He's got a 2-year-old named Dominic. He's the cutest little baby I've ever seen. He is super sweet. I just love him. He's awesome. Steve's got a few kids, but Dom is his youngest. And so he is by himself right now. So he's probably making sure he's still asleep so he don't tear the house up. Yeah, so that's probably what it is. Let's see. Been a Chiefs fan. What's up? Really like the channel. Keep going. Appreciate it, man. We plan on it. We plan on being here for the long haul. We enjoy it. We enjoy talking to you guys. Cole says, I feel like the Tranquil signing is going to help Leo's development. I agree. I think Tranquil is not going to take any playing time from anybody. I think this is going to be a very cohesive unit. Now, I will say a lot of people are calling out they're calling out Willie Gay because he's coming up on a contract year, Steve, and Willie Gay could be one of those casualties for Brett Veach. Doesn't he just seem like somebody that Brett Veach is like, hey, if you want too much money, you can walk. He's got a little off-field issues. He's been injured a few times. I love Willie Gay, but I could totally see Willie Gay being a casualty of the Brett Veach style. And it kind of saddens me, but it's just the way we roll here, man.
You're not wrong, man. He definitely could be. Willie Gay, he's so athletic. He's one of, I think he was like probably the most athletic linebacker that come out of that draft class, I believe. And we got him further down the board than we thought he was going to. We didn't think he'd be there. And obviously, Willie's had his troubles. Of course, he got suspended over the vacuum thing, and he had some injuries. But Willie is really good. I think people don't really give him enough credit. I feel like Willie was on the ball this year. I'm going to be honest, and he's pretty decent coverage. But you're right, Mike. That unfortunately, that could be somebody that's a casualty of cap. Just depends, man. A lot of these guys, it really just all depends on them. Are they going to be Chiefs, for life, or are they going to run after the most money they can get? And I mean, you can't knock them for that, but that's just what it is.
Yeah, I totally agree. Oh, Steve, I was telling him about you. I was like, I bet Steve went to check on Dominic. Make sure the little guy's not up tearing up the house.
Now he's still asleep. I had to pee.
Oh, okay. Good deal. Too much info. I'm going to go ahead and get off. No, I'm joking. I was trying to find a little video of Dom when I got him a little Patrick Mahomes. Remember when we ate Mexican for his birthday? Yeah. And he said, it's Patrick. Like, at least we think he said it's Patrick, but we were so excited. And I don't have the video. I thought it was in Mega, but it's not. Oh, there it is. Found it.
No. Oh, did you?
I did. When I get it up, man, I'll show the people.
This was what, his first birthday, this video? You got him a Patrick Mahomes for his birthday?
Yeah, it was his first birthday.
So right out a year ago. He's getting ready to be 2.
So let me watch
it.
Can't
find it. Lenny, did you answer Lenny? How did you two become Chiefs fans in Kentucky? Our dad, Lenny. Our dad, straight up. He was a Chiefs fan from way back, and it was, in our DNA, genetics.
Yeah, for sure.
I disappeared for a minute. I'm kind of lost in the chat. Let's see what else we got. Crutch says, any chance of Dalton Kincaid falls to 31? Yes, there's a chance of that. Is there a chance that the Chiefs take him? Yes. Is it likely? Probably not, but I wouldn't be mad at it. I think Dalton is the best receiving tight end in the draft. Chris Wright says we're Chiefs fans because we're smart.
Dang right.
Well, everyone's smart should be a Chiefs fan because they're the greatest franchise in the history of sports.
Agreed.
defensive line can get quarterback faster than edge, if you ask me. Man, there's a lot. We had Kalijah Cansey on a little while ago. If you guys didn't get to catch that live, I actually made a video and kind of cut it down and made it like more to the point. That way you guys can just watch the interview and get the gist of it. Go watch that if you haven't. After you're done here, go find that video. Kalijah.
He did. He said it's Patrick. He did. Let me play it one more time.
Yeah.
There it was. Look at him. He's so pumped. He's the cutest little guy ever.
Randy Mahomes, Patrick's mom, loved that video, by the way. She thought it was great.
Randy Mahomes actually retweeted that video. She loved it.
So
when you're raising your kid on Patrick Mahomes, though, Steve, I mean,
well, Mike was trying to have an arranged marriage between Dominic and Sterling. That was his goal. So thanks for going with that. Anyway, Greg was talking about defensive line getting to the quarterback faster than edge. Sometimes that is the case. Defensive line should be something we look at in this draft. Kalijah Cansey, I was talking about him. He's got the quickest first step of anybody in this draft. I don't care if it's tackle, edge, whatever. He's got the quickest first step. I think he's going to be a steal for somebody because a lot of people are passing him up because of his size. Does not matter. Quickest first step, and he's strong. So I also like Gervon Dexter from Florida. He's quite the opposite. He's got the slowest first step, but he's a monster. If you watch his tape, he reminds me of Chris Jones a little bit. So I like that.
Awesome. Did you ever get the poll numbers for what time we should go live on Saturday, Steve? Did you ever do that?
Look. It's still going. It's still going. I'm going to go ahead and close it. I'm going to guess 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so what we did was 40% 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, so 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 25% 7, 22% 9, just not 10 Central Time. They don't want that late, so we'll probably do about 8 o'clock if we can.
I like that. That's 9 p.m. our time. Yeah, I can make that work.
Yeah, for sure.
Ryan, anyone here going to the draft? This will be my first, and I'm pretty excited about it. I live in KC. Dude, me and Steve wanted to go to the draft, but I don't think we're going to be able to make it work. It's like an 8-10 hour drive for us, so we're just probably not going to make it work. We were there for the parade just a few weeks back, so I don't know if we're going to be able to make it work. We're probably not. We're probably going to watch the first round.
We're hanging
Steve's
out
house
with pops.
We're going to hang out with our pops. We're going to watch the draft. We're going to probably build a little bonfire in the backyard, grill out some food. We're bringing out a projector. We're going to project it on the side of a building. We're going to make the whole neighborhood watch the Chiefs, and we're going to keep them ruckus and rowdy all night long. And then, but I think Cole and probably Ryan and RGR, they'll probably stream it. So go watch that.
They will.
Well, on night one.
That's something you'll learn with our channel, guys, if you stick around. We like to enjoy. We're Chiefs fans first and foremost, and it's kind of a bond we have with our dad, and it's just kind of our thing, the three of us. And so a lot of Chiefs things that happen, like games, we're probably never going to live stream games, more than likely, because we're going to hang out with pops and we're going to watch the game. We might tweet or something like that, but we're gonna chill and enjoy it just like you guys do. Same for this first round of the draft. This is something that we always do together. So we will not be live streaming the first round of the draft. We will tweet. But we're going to be live.
We're going to do round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, we're going to do the rest of them, though. But, yeah, just a heads up. We're not going to do it on round 1. But, yeah, go watch Cole, go watch RGR, KC Sports Network. I'm sure all of them will be doing it. Or, just tune in and watch it on ESPN and NFL Network. Who knows? But, yeah.
91 people in here. Guys, if you're new to the channel, you've never been here before, welcome. We appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with us, talking Chiefs football. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Help us get to that 10,000 subscribers before this draft. We're shooting for the stars with that one, but any help is appreciated, and we would love to have you back. We got a pretty good little community going here, a lot of good people, so it's just a place for everybody to hang out and watch Chiefs football.
And don't be afraid to talk
about Chiefs football.
Don't be afraid to talk in the chat. If your state is in gray, we're trying to light them up blue, baby. And I wish I could do red. This site don't let me go red, which is kind of a bummer.
It's okay.
I'm gonna find a different one though. But yeah, let's do that. Let's get these states, dude. If we can get all 50 states, that would be sick, dude.
Kelly's asking how they're going to free up salary cap if they don't restructure Chris Jones. Good question. I don't think they're going to. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much the last lifeline they have, Kelly, is
Look,
to restructure Chris Jones.
Yeah, Brett Veach will be paying these guys from the draft out of his own pocket. They may be playing for gift cards to Texas Roadhouse before it's over with. We don't know. It's not as bad as it looks. But, yeah, I just don't think we have enough money to go out and make these big splashes. That's the thing. If we had all loved to see D-Hop here, and, again, this whole thing is because of D-Hop. That was on the thumbnail. That's why everybody's here. But, yeah, man, it's going to be hard. He would really have to want to come here. And I think that's the problem. The real Cato says, do you guys think that Veach is working on a backdoor deal with Hopkins if he gets released? That's possible. Is that tampering?
I think that, well, I don't know. I don't know if that exact scenario, but I think that Brett Veach is doing his due diligence with the DeAndre Hopkins thing. I think he's explored it. I think that either he's already decided that he's out because they're not going to be able to afford it. I think he knows the next step. So could he have something work out with him? Yeah, I mean, he really could already have something worked out. Could be that draft day trade splash, something like that. Could be nothing. You never know.
Chris says Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You build it, we will come. Man, I
like Wayne's World 2.
Wayne's World 2, baby. If you build it,
yeah,
we will come. Hey, Wayne's World 2 got it off of
at least Chris
classic.
Is telling us not a naked Indian like in Wayne's World 2.
I know, right? Lenny says, you best bet is to stay away from Union Station. It'll be a madhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was insane at the
parade. There's so many people, dude. It was amazing, though.
It was crazy. It was beautiful.
If you guys were at the
on
parade,
top of buildings out there.
Yeah, crazy. If you guys were at the parade, put it in the chat, man. We know a lot of people just like hung out and watched it from home and stuff. Nah, we made that drive just to be there, baby. You got to celebrate those types of things.
Yeah, we had to take our pops, man. He's getting older. He may never get to do that again. But with Mahomes, if he lives throughout the Mahomes era, he's going to be there a few more times. Let's be honest. What's more likely in your mind, trading up in the first round or trading out of the first round? Honestly, the value at 31, if it's not there, I would want to get out. But I think they would kill Brett Veach if he trades out.
They're not trading out. They're not trading out. They have a lot of draft capital right now. Veach is going to work the boards. They have way too much draft capital. Yep. They cannot take every one of those picks. He's going to go up and down these boards, but he's not going down in the first round. If he does, I'm an idiot. But I just don't see it. I think if they move off of 31, they're going up. And that's to get an offensive tackle.
Watch the boot at the bottom. That is New Orleans, Louisiana. It's about to go blue. Boom, there it is.
Nice.
There it is. Jack Richards, Chiefs fan for 35 years, live in Louisiana. Favorite player ever except for Mahomes. I hope you didn't mean LA. Dude, yeah. Jack, if you're talking about LA, California, just don't break my heart. Just go with it. Just stay from New Orleans.
That'd be great.
Okay, Steven says, sweet dreams, boys. I'm out. ACU Saturday night special. Love it. Let's freaking go. Yeah, man, we're going to keep doing it.
Man.
Steven, we appreciate you, bro. For real, man. Appreciate all you guys.
He's OG. Here. Steven's OG. He's been around for a while. Always supporting. We appreciate all you guys, all the support you give us. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, you're welcome here. Get in the chat. Don't be afraid to talk. And we just have a good time.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, it's about 12:15 on the East Coast. So it's about 11:15 there in the middle.
We'll probably give this about another
15
or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's go 15 for the Chiefs Kingdom here, baby. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. Make sure to smash that like button. We've got a lot of people in and out of this thing. Let's hit that like button as much as we can. So if you haven't done that, do that. If you haven't hit the sub button, hit the sub button. But yeah, so just trying to build up a good Chiefs community, as we've talked about. And if you guys just want somewhere to hang out and talk about the Chiefs football and completely judgment-free zone here, we're not condescending. We will, respect everybody's opinion, and we appreciate different views. So we're all for that. So if you guys are new here, welcome and get in the mix, baby.
Yep, 100%. Oh man. Steve, what did you eat tonight, dude? Did you go eat somewhere?
You know what I ate.
Did you eat Mexican?
I did. Guys, we're the biggest Mexican food connoisseurs in the entire world. So I would say probably a good 4 nights a week I'm having Mexican food for dinner. And I did. I had Actually, what I got today was called a steak Mexicano, and it was a 14-ounce T-bone steak, cooked fajita style, with peppers and onions and rice and beans. It was delicious. It was so good. A little tomatillo sauce on there for the spice, and it was amazing. But yeah, Mike put up a little scrolly thing at the bottom of the screen, guys. Ways that you can support the channel. Like Mike was saying earlier, we do put a lot of work into this. We work full time. We don't get to do this full time, and we still try to put a lot of hours in. So a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, be it free time or time with the family, whatever it might be. So if you guys can support, that would be amazing. Ways to do that: just hitting the like button, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff helps. Sharing it with your friends. If you feel the need to help us monetarily, super thanks. Or you can buy our merchandise over at allchiefdup.creator-spring.com. There's a link in the bio. I think you can purchase stuff right here on YouTube as well. All of it just goes back into making this thing go, man. We want it to grow, and we would love to be able to do it full time. That way we can give you even better content. So maybe we will get there one day with your help.
Yeah, for real. Kelly says, thanks guys for answering. Yeah, no problem.
Her question. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. We try to answer as many as possible. Sometimes when it gets a little crazy, it's hard to keep up. We do make it a priority. If someone super chats, we're definitely going to at least catch those guys for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
But we try to get as many as we can regardless. So,
and I mean, if you use it to tell us we suck, we'll still read that one too.
We'll read it. I don't care what you say. Yeah. So
Dude. If
you're,
dude, the chat's slowing down. Everybody's getting tired. We got about what, 10 minutes? We're gonna go live for about 14 more minutes. Do you want to bring up and do like a rant? You just want to do like a mock draft or something?
We can do one. Yeah, let's do a random mock draft, and you guys that are still here with us can help us pick.
Just do an impromptu.
So, you get that locked and loaded. Jack Richards with the 5 bomb. Thanks, man. We appreciate that big time. Thanks so much, Jack. I'm not sure if I've seen you here before. If you have been, forgive me. If you're not and you're new, welcome here. We hope to see you back, man. Just come over here and talk about Chiefs football with us, man. We appreciate it. Kenneth Caldwell, he says he likes Mexican and sushi. Dude, I love some sushi too. I love Japanese food. Those are my 2 favorite kinds of food right there, Mexican and Japanese, bro. So that's what we do at All Chiefed Up. We eat a lot of Mexican food and a lot of.
We love Mexican. We love pizza, Mexicans, and Japanese, man. That's what's up. Jack Richards, bro, with the $4.99 super sticker. Appreciate you, Jack. For real, man. Means a lot to us. For real. Chris says, sweet.
I like it. Hey, it works really good in your favor when Mike doesn't pay any attention to what I'm doing because he shouts you out twice. So.
Oh, that's right. You did say it.
But you know what? If you're going to super chat, you deserve 2 shout outs. So.
You do. He says, you guys are great. Thank you. Okay, Steve, look, well, you had me out. I give Jack an extra shout out. And then I got Walk the Mock going. Again, if you guys love, doing mock drafts, walkthemock.com is awesome. They got a sweet layout. If you use the code ACU, you get 50% off your monthly or yearly subscription, and you can just draft for free. You don't even got to like pay anything. Right. But they got a pretty sweet.
I put it on the bottom of the screen. That way you guys can check it out.
Pretty sweet layout. Let's see. Kevin says we think McKinnon will be back. Do we think McKinnon will be back? Kevin, first of all, nice to have you here, bro.
He's the one from Nashville.
That
likes princes.
Yeah,
keep
that's
up.
True. Man, I'm lost right now, but it does not matter. We like Kevin, and so will McKinnon be back? It's possible. I think they're going to wait till after the draft. I really do. But yeah, I think if they can go cheaper, they'll try. That's what Beach does he not?
Well, McKinnon's coming off of a career year, right? I mean, he had so many touchdowns. He was such a big part in this Super Bowl team. He could think he deserves more as far as money goes. If that's the case and Brett Veach can't pay him, we have some guys that can play that role, specifically the dark horse I've been mentioning, Jerry and Ely. He could play that role. He's an insane receiving back. So I think it depends on the money, man. It's what it's going to depend on. It depends. I think it depends more on Jerick McKinnon than it does Brett Veach. I think there will be an offer. It just depends on if he'll take it or not.
Right. The real Cato says, yo, this is the best kingdom in the entire country. I love watching you guys along with Cole. RGR, hands down the best 3 podcasts to watch. Love you guys. Heading out for the night. Dude, we appreciate you being here. And yeah, Cole,
Yeah, thanks,
RGR, man. We love them. We watch
Hey,
them.
it's good company to be
Awesome,
in.
dude.
Those are good guys, good channels too. Everybody, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, there's a lot of good Chiefs media just right here on YouTube that you don't have to watch the mainstream media crap. I mean, you can catch, a little bit of everything over here with all of us. So.
Right. Cato says to smash that like button for us. Yes, we agree. And then Kenneth says
Yeah.
McKinnon
Take it
did
easy, Cato.
say McKinnon did say he feels disrespected right now. He did. Not for sure what he was. We kind of did a video about that.
It's when they signed Richie
Yeah.
James. He kind of threw that out there, and people
Yeah.
were speculating it was because he hadn't been offered yet. Possibility, but he does have to understand that it's business, man. I mean, he had a great year, but can they replace McKinnon on the cheap? That if they can, and they think that they're going to get the same production from someone else, Brett Veach might just do that.
Okay,
So let's
guys.
get this draft started.
Yeah,
bro.
we got about 10 minutes. We're just going to run through this as fast as we can. We'll talk a little bit. We won't go super in depth, and we'll just have a little fun. You guys let us know who you think we should pick and different things. It's going to be random today. Actually, it might not be random. This looks pretty nice. Okay, so we're going to be on the clock here. Brisset goes 24, Addison 25, Dayon Henley goes in the first round, and there's the randomness we were talking about. Brian Branch, Nolan Smith, Emmanuel Forbes, and the Chiefs are on the clock at 31. Steve, to make it fast, you're just going to pick. So let me know who you want. We got Michael Mayer, John Michael Schmitz, inside offensive lineman, Deion Banks,
Look,
corner.
So I put up a poll. You guys get to help. You guys are going to help us do this draft. So the poll is, what position do we take in round 1? Defensive end, wide receiver, defensive tackle, or offensive tackle? So I'm going to give you guys just a minute to vote on that. Vote on that, and we're going to go with your position. We'll pick the player, but we'll take your position.
That's awesome. We got another shout out from Lenny, 250. At Jack Richards, I'm half the man you are. Lenny, you're out here just killing it tonight, bro. We appreciate you. Chris Wright says Cansey.
Awesome.
You know what? Let's just take Cansey.
Cansey.
Chris has threw out. Chris gave us a 20 bomb earlier.
We're taking him. And here's why. I'm sorry, guys, about the poll. If y'all didn't pick defensive tackle, that's fine. But Kalijah Cansey, if he falls to that point, that is too much value. Have to do it.
Hey, look at that.
We're going with our man Chris right here, and we're taking Kalijah Cansey. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and close that poll and see what you guys want in the second round, since I didn't want to play by those rules.
I didn't want to and didn't have to. And so,
well, I'll tell you what. They wanted offensive tackles, what they wanted.
Right. So let's go that in a second then. How about that? If we got a good offensive tackle here.
Okay,
let's see. The highest one on the board is Cody Mauch from North Dakota State. I
like that.
I like Cody Mauch. Will he be an offensive tackle, or maybe he has to kick into guard? But if Jawan Taylor plays left, this guy can play right. I think at 6'6", 303, he could play right tackle. There is not another tackle on the board at this moment. Matt Bergeron.
Look, they also wanted an edge. The consensus was offensive tackle in the first round, but you went rogue on everybody.
Offensive tackle.
But they also, they also wanted edge or defensive tackle was 28% apiece. So we can let's go with defensive end here or offensive tackle. So let's see what we got.
Throw up a poll. No, we're gonna pick the player, right? So I'm with you. Should we go Mauch, Foskey, Bergeron, or Tyler Steen? It's a little too rich for Tyler Steen. So these are our top 3 players on the board. The next edge off the board is Nick Hampton at number 119. It's a little too early for Nick Hampton. Byron Young, Tennessee, a little too early for him. A little too young for Wanya Morris and Warren McClendon. A little too early. So it's looking like Cody Mauch or Isaiah Foskey, maybe Matt Bergeron. Again, Matt Bergeron, I think he hugs a lot, but I'm going to be honest. After Matt Bergeron, it falls off pretty hard. So
I want to go with offensive tackle because that's what these guys wanted in the first round.
Okay.
And I want to take Cody Mauch. And the reason being, I think he could play right tackle, and I think he can run up and down the offensive line. I think he could be a guard later. If we can't sign back Trey Smith, I wouldn't be upset with Cody Mauch being that guy. And we got Darian Kennard still. It's good to have them guys. So that's why I'm taking him, guys. Whatever you guys want to see in the third round, I'm not going to put up a poll. Just throw it in the comments down there and let us know what position you would like to see in round 3 here.
Okay, so Dwayne McBride is the number 1 player on the board. Zach Kuntz, tight end, is the number 2 rated player on the board. And then you get back into Carl Brooks, defensive lineman. I say you still need an edge. Kalijah Cansey is going to be in the middle. You're still going to need an edge. So, sorry about that. Edges. It's just a little too rich for edges in this position right now in round 3, it looks like. Zach Kuntz.
We got a lot of
I actually think
Foskey's
Zach
not on the board still, is he? There's no way.
Foskey left. He left. I'm
Okay.
sorry, guys. Foskey went. I'll look for you really quick. I'm choking to death.
Yeah,
over
Chris
here,
Wright.
fellas.
Omar, what's going on, Omar?
Foskey went
Good to
to
see you back.
Tennessee, the 9th pick of the 3rd round.
Okay. So what do you guys think? Edge rusher here. We go ahead and take an edge rusher. Is that what we need to do? Or do we go wide receiver? What do we got on those 2 positions? Ooh, I see my boy.
We got Parker Washington. We got Steve's guy, Charlie Jones. We got another
There's
Steve
my
guy,
other
Trey
boy.
Palmer. And then Tyler Scott, who a lot of people love
A
Tyler
lot of people
Scott.
like him, yeah.
Keyshawn Boutte starting to climb boards again. I actually had him out of my top 200. And then over the past few days, I've kind of leaked him back up into my top 150. If the kid can get it together and stop being lazy and focus on football, I think he's a steal. But Keyshawn Boutte out of LSU.
Dude, did you see his RAS score?
Yeah, it's pretty crappy, isn't it?
It was like a 4. He's trash.
Yeah, he's just.
I think he's done.
Hey,
Caldwell says go wide receiver.
Let's shock the world and take Charlie Jones
Charlie
out of
Jones.
Purdue.
Dude, if you guys have not watched Charlie Jones tape, this guy is probably the most underrated wide receiver in this draft. I would be ecstatic if we ended up with Charlie Jones. This guy is the real deal. Go watch his tape.
Steve Smith loves Charlie Jones.
Yeah,
Charlie
he
Jones,
said the same thing.
To be honest, Charlie Jones, somebody's going to end up with the Patriots. He's a Patriots type guy, I think. We still got to get that edge rusher here. We need an edge. Is there any? Kobe Wooden is on the board. Allie Gay. Okay, so we're in the right vicinity here. KJ Henry, Tavius Robinson, Jeremiah Martin. I love every one of those guys at the top. Like, Kobe Wooden.
That means Yaya's still available as well, because I think Diaby is actually ranked lower, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. I moved Diaby above him, and he is gone.
Okay, so he's gone.
I've actually moved Yaya Diaby up my draft boards.
I wouldn't be opposed to the other guy from Louisville either, Abdullah. He's kind of a tweener. He's a linebacker, like an outside linebacker, but I think he could almost be a safety as well. Like this guy is so athletic and so good.
Well, let's get somebody that sets the edge here. Let's get a Spags guy. Spags wants them between usually 260 to 280. That's usually his thing. He likes tall guys to set the edge. Kobe Wooden fits the mold. I'm not a huge fan of Kobe Wooden. Let's be honest. He does fit the mold. Allie Gay's okay. He's never lived up to his hype. I like KJ Henry. I think we're a little early on KJ Henry and Tavius Robinson, but maybe not. And then Jeremiah Martin, I kind of like him out of Washington, but
so before you pick an edge rusher, can we just look at the overall board? I want to see if there's any value we just can't pass up.
Yeah. Oh, Brandon Joseph, free safety from Notre Dame is on the board. We need a free safety, actually. Rashawn Johnson, Daniel Scott.
We actually mocked him. Our mock draft 1.0, who we think the Chiefs are actually going to draft, is on our website, allchiefdup.com. Go check that out. We actually had them taking Daniel Scott. So just check that one out. We'll probably update that to 2.0 this week. And then right before the draft, we'll come out with our final predictions.
Okay, ask people what they want. Do they want Rashawn Johnson here, or do you want Daniel Scott? Running back or free safety right here? There's no good edge rushers on the board. I'd rather just stick.
Man, what about – scroll up. If you're talking about free safety, you had Brandon Joseph as well.
Brandon Joseph. But I do
the problem with Scott is he's going to be 25 years old.
Right.
And we know Brett Veach isn't that keen on taking older guys.
And the problem with Joseph is he's a little undersized at 196. He's 20 pounds less than Daniel Scott. Daniel Scott's not the biggest guy in the world.
All right. Caldwell saying free safety. Any of you other guys have any input on the position here that we go ahead and take in the fourth?
Somebody said look at Deuce Vaughn. He's on the board. I think he could probably come off in the – you might be able to get him in the fifth.
Let's see if we can get him in the fifth.
Okay, so we won't pick a running back. We'll let Deuce Vaughn try to hold out.
Take the free safety here. And let's go with Daniel Scott. We'll stick with our guy, even though he's a little older.
Okay.
Let's take him, and then let's see if Deuce Vaughn or see what running backs are still on the board at this juncture
Here
here.
you are. So Sean Tucker, Zach Evans is making a play up the board from Ole Miss, but we already have an Ole Miss running back.
Brenton
on the board.
Strange, I think, is an interesting tight end prospect for the Chiefs. He's just a beast, and I think he'll be around late.
Okay. Let us know in the comments, tight end or running back. If we go running back, you have Sean Tucker, Evans. You have Tank Bigsby, who's really good. Kenny McIntosh, Chase Brown, Keaton Mitchell, Josh Wiles on the board. Is he pronounced it Weil or Wiley? Deuce Vaughn is also on the board. Deuce Vaughn.
Let's take Deuce Vaughn for a boy.
Let's just take him.
Let's do it.
We're going for it.
Chris Wright with a 30 bomb. Dude, you're out of control today.
No way. I'm not even watching.
You're amazing, bro.
Dude.
This has been a blast, guys. It's been the most fun a Chiefs fan can have on a Saturday night off season. Mock end is perfect. See y'all next Saturday for sure. New home for me for sure on Saturday nights. Dude, that's amazing. We'll try to do these Saturday nights. I think that's a good idea. You pinned it, man. You called the ACU Saturday night hangout. So that's all you, bro. And we appreciate the support, dude. I mean, unreal. I mean, what this guy's done for us tonight. That's crazy.
Right. What we can't call it though is all Chiefs live up, because then the ACLU will come get us, and we can't do that. So barring that one, we need a name for it though. Is Mount the one missing his front teeth? Oh, again, Chris,
sure.
Before you go, man, amazing, dude. Appreciate you all night long. You've been the man. Jack Richards. Yes, Cody Mauch is the one missing his front teeth. He looks like a hockey player, dude. I love him. We actually did a short about Cody Mauch, dude. He's awesome.
He's a cool guy. I think he's a lot too Cody Mauch people don't really see. He's just he's kind of that country strong, like Creed, like something like that.
Cole says, what do you guys think about Deuce Vaughn being a day 3 pick? We like it. We just took him. We took him. Now we're in the 5th round. So now technically we're on day 3 right now. I think, well, no, day 3 is actually going to be, don't they do rounds 1 on day 1, 2 and 3 on day 2, and then anything after that's day 3. So
I believe so.
Yeah,
he could possibly be a day 3 pick, but he could go day 2. It just really depends. He's not like Deuce Vaughn's a good receiving back, and he's very fast. He's not gonna be popular for the teams that like to pound the ball. It's not gonna be a Deuce Vaughn. Fans of Deuce Vaughn, so I think he could he could drop lower than you think, but he could also surprise people and go early.
Okay, look, I'm gonna make an executive decision here. We still need an edge rusher.
Yeah. Let's do it. What we got?
And I'm not going to take who you think. It's not going to be a prototypical edge.
Scott Crosser's asking for Isaiah McGuire. He's still on the board. The Missouri
I'll look
guy.
for you, Scott. I'll look for you.
Bet you he's not. I bet you he's gone.
Tavius, Jeremiah, Ika, Isaiah Lant, Ika Kwanu, Mathis, Lonnie. He's gone. He's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone, my man. But I tell you what, they got him listed.
He
got him listed
for sure.
They've got my guy listed as a linebacker on here, not an edge. So we're going to go to linebacker. And I love the kid. He's out of the Pac-10, Pac-12, whatever they're calling it these days. DJ Johnson. The Chiefs just brought him in for a look.
Very nice. Very nice.
He's 6'4", 270, and I think he's a raw pass rusher, and he could get nasty. Plus, he punched a fan in the face that got on the field from the rival Oregon State school. And you know what? Screw that guy from Oregon State. We're taking DJ Johnson right here, baby. We're going to get a raw edge rusher. Steve, I'll let you have this one, man. What are you going to look at round 6, pick number 1? Here's the big board. Nick Broker, offensive tackle.
At this point, we're going pure value. I don't think there's a specific position. Let's just keep scrolling for me and let's see some names here. I do like this. I like Stetson Bennett as a backup QB. Y'all can hate on me. Y'all can hate on me if you want, but Stetson Bennett has his issues for sure.
What about
he's probably not going to be a starter in this league, but you got to win, and we do need some quarterback depth.
The Chiefs, we're deep. We have luxury. We can wait a little bit. Andrew Voorhees was going to be a first, second round pick, but he tore his ACL at the combine.
Yeah.
Do you think they could take a shot at somebody like this and let them just recoup for a year, and then you get a round 2 pick stolen in round 6? Add an offensive tackle.
Kind kind of a David Ojabo type deal. Like he was an
Right.
amazing edge rusher coming
Hey.
out last year, but he was hurt. So
We got big Broderick
Uh,
Martin on the board right here.
we do. We did take Kalijah in the first.
Well, this is a Derek Nottie replacement. Kalijah is
Right.
not going to do that.
Derek Nottie, we signed to a 1 year. Let's see. Kobe Turner also. He's a good one.
I like Kobe Turner. He is Kalijah Cansey late. So
Can
again,
I want to do something a little oddball. No, we don't want to do that.
hey, I
Go
like
back up.
Tyler Lacey here too. Why is he 199 on this board? I think
I don't know.
my thing glitched a little bit. He's supposed to be higher than that. Oh, I know what
All
happened.
right.
I was moving him around last night and I forgot to hit update. Well, sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Scroll down just a little. Keep going. I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision here. We're not going to take Stetson Bennett. Let's take Andrew Voorhees, offensive tackle. We do have the luxury of waiting around for a year. So
And fun fact,
value.
it's Jason Voorhees' brother, the Friday the 13th
Friday the 13th.
franchise.
Well, hopefully he doesn't
Yes.
chop everybody up at camp. So
Chris Wright says, "Is it Stetson older than Mahomes?" LOL. Grab Voorhees. Yeah, he is.
Hey.
Steve's out here picking up these old
no.
Johnny Manziel guys.
I wasn't saying to take him right there. I was saying if you can get him late in the draft as a backup, I wouldn't be opposed to it, to be honest. I think Stetson Bennett, he's better than people give him credit for, and he knows how to win. I mean, you saw
Okay.
that at Georgia.
Executive decision. If Tyler Lacey's on the board this late, which he's not going to be, but in our mock draft he is. So guess what? We're bringing in Tyler Lacey. Now we have a legit guy that can go all the way up and down the line to go along with DJ Johnson from Oregon, who is a raw pass rusher. And we're
Cole
going to
says
pair.
he picked up a Patrick Super Bowl 57 away jersey today. Nice, bro.
Dude, are you
Very
kidding me?
nice.
That's awesome. Okay, so we're back on the board again.
Caldwell says Voorhees is his stepdad's last name. Hey, I don't. As long as you're not,
so here we go.
going crazy like Jason, we're good.
Cody Malk in the first round. Again, he's going to go up and down the line. He may or may not be a day one right tackle. Andrew Voorhees, we took in round 6. He cannot play. So Jackson Kirkland sitting on the board right here, 6'7", 310 is a definite right tackle starter. Do they triple dip offensive tackle, or do you think no?
Would you be opposed to that? Because I wouldn't. I mean,
I would not.
They definitely need the depth. We got a
take
lot
it
of
up
contracts
here.
getting ready to come up. Inside offensive lineman might not be bad,
Right.
but tackle's not bad either. And the reason I'm saying that is because we took Cody Malk,
Cody Malk
who
is
could
your
play
inside,
guard.
possibly. Yep.
He could play guard. We also have Darian Kennard, who can do tackle or guard, depending on where they want to use him. So yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to taking a tackle here. I do like Noah Gendorf, the tight end. I think he's a interesting prospect for tight end. He's a big guy, super fast.
So let's see. Let's look at corner, wide receiver. They could double dip wide receiver. Charlie Jones is the end all be all. So these are the positions.
I love Charlie Jones.
I like Aubrey Miller coming out of Jackson State.
Yeah,
He was-
Kevin Robinson saying any good tight ends to pair with Big Yeti. Let's look at the tight ends real quick because I'm with him. I was kind of thinking tight end. I was kind of thinking tight end here as well.
Noah Gendorf, and then we got Khalif Hallisey, which they've actually brought in from Western.
That's a cornerback. Yeah.
They looked at Jaden Hazelwood out of Arkansas, 6'3", 213. I didn't know he was that big. I thought Hazelwood was a smaller guy, but this is the guy they just brought in, 6'3". He may be able to play the X.
Okay.
If you want a tight end,
how many more picks
Gendorf.
we have? How many more picks we have?
This last one.
Okay. Let's go for our man Kevin Robinson. Let's go tight end and let's take Gendorf. Do they have his
You're gonna take two
height
guys
weight
from,
on there?
We got 2 guys from North Dakota State, baby. Look at that. What mock draft's ever done that one? Boom.
Hey, what's the measurables on Gendorf? Are they on there?
Yeah, he was 6'6", 260.
Are you sure he's not bigger than that? He's a monster.
I'll go look it up.
Great receiver.
I'll look it up. Noah,
Look it up. Let's see what we did in the 7th.
how's he do Gendorf?
I don't know. Check that dude out, though. I'm pretty sure he's huge. Kenneth Caldwell says there's talk that Toney might not be here after this next season. That's true. There's a lot of contracts getting ready to come up, Toney being one of them. Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith. That's a lot of really good offensive linemen to sign back. Can we afford all of that? We don't know. We've seen what happened with the cap this season. So, I mean, there's a possibility. That's why we were saying any kind of offensive line depth is going to be good for the Chiefs and those guys like Darian Kennard that can play guard or tackle. Those are great.
Okay, Noah Gendorf. It says that by not ESPN. NFL.com says prospect grade of 5.69, which is a candidate for bottom of roster or a practice squad, which is about right in the 7th round. He's 6'6",
Right.
263. He's got 33-inch arms, which is a little short, 10-inch hands, which is a little long. A 58 production score, which was 19th of all tight ends. A 57 athleticism, which is 19th of all tight ends, and a 62 overall, which is 18th. He did nothing at the combine. Steve, Grindorf does not look like a great prospect. What have you been watching?
Nah, I feel like it's kind of that Noah Gray kind of shot kind of thing you do late in a draft,
Gotcha.
right? I've watched tape on him, and he's a good receiving tight end. He's
Okay.
a big guy, and I think for 7th round value, I wouldn't be mad at it.
I'm fine with it. Okay, so we're back
Cole
up.
says last year's draft was fire. It was. Brett Veach knocked it out of the park. And I'll tell you what, man, when I was watching it, I was like, what is this cat doing taking 9 million DBs, dude? Like, I think the pick that threw me off the most was Brian Cook in the 3rd round. That one, was it the 3rd round they took him or 4th?
I think 3rd.
I think maybe the 4th. Leo went 3rd.
3rd was Leo.
Was super. I was so pumped about the Leo pick. Or no. They took Brian Cook before Leo, and Leo was like the savior for me. Like, it was like, okay, I'll chill on the Brian Cook thing since they took Leo. But
they had 2/3 last year, did they not? Maybe.
I think so, and I think that Brian Cook was the first one actually. And Chris, he was a safety for Cincy. Or are you talking about somebody else? But Brian Cook, Brian Cook's a good player, and I think he's going to do great. But it just really threw me for a loop.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting it.
Well, let's wrap this up here. We got Kalijah Cansey, pick number 1. We're going to pair him up with Chris Jones, and we're going to be monstrous. We got Cody Mauk. What?
Real quick, if you guys haven't watched the interview we did with Kalijah Cansey, get to our videos. I made it real nice and packaged up for you. It's just quick. You can watch through it, see what he had to say. He says that him and Chris Jones would cause hell in the NFL. So check that out.
Yeah, he's right. Round 2, we took Cody Mauk, offensive tackle. Again, we think he can go up and down the line. He can play guard. He can play center if he needed to. He's hard-nosed. He don't have front teeth. He looks like a hockey player. He's got a mullet. We love everything about him. That's a good pick. In round 3, we take Charlie Jones, wide receiver, Purdue. This kid can return punts. He can return kicks. He's not the smallest guy in the world either. He's like 6'1". He's great in the slot. He fights for balls. Dude, just go watch. Like I said, Steve Smith raves about him. Steve loves Charlie Jones. In round 4, we had 2 picks. We took Daniel Scott, free safety from Cal. Again, he's a team captain. He's smart. He's a little older, but then again, you know what? Brett Veach, after 4 years, he may just not sign anybody anyway. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. This kid can tackle. He's a ball hawk. He can go do it. He's got a 40-inch vert. He's an athlete. And then we double dipped, not in position, but we had 2 in the 4th. We took Deuce Vaughn, running back K-State. Everybody liked that pick. I took DJ Johnson, linebacker, but it's supposed to be an edge rusher here from Oregon. This kid, 270, 6'4", raw talent. Steve picked Andrew Voorhees, tackle from USC. Again, he had an ACL injury at the combine. Other than that, this kid was a top probably 50 to 60 prospect. So you're going to get this guy, and he could be a beast in a year if he heals properly. Tyler Lacey, don't know how he fell this far, so we took him. He's another monster. Then we went ahead and took Jackson Kirkland, just in case Cody Mauk can't play right tackle. We double dipped and got a top 200 player probably right there in the 7th round. And then we finished it off with a tight end, Noah Gendorf from North Dakota State, as a pure project player. Again, Jody Fortson, everybody. We're going to have 4 tight ends on the roster again this year. So Gendorf.
Did we miss this? Did Chris give us another 20 bomb and we missed it?
No, he did
His
not.
last bomb of the night. Thanks for mocking going over 15 minutes. Holler at y'all next week. Keep up the shorts too. Dude, you're amazing. You're amazing.
Dude, that's
this
insane.
Guy, I think he's gifted us like $95 or something crazy tonight. Like this dude.
That's equivalent,
dude,
like in today's world, that's like $5,000 almost. Dude, well, we're gonna end it on that then. Chris with the 20 bomb ends it. We just wrapped up our mock draft. We wrapped up our first annual All Chiefed Up Saturday Night Live hangout. And we're going to be back next Saturday night for sure. But we're also going to go live a couple times this week. On Tuesday, we're actually going live with Broshmo. So if you like mock drafts, that dude knows everything. We're going live with him. I think it's 7 or 8 p.m. Not for sure. We're probably going to do some more mock drafts with him or something. We're going to do other things besides mock drafts. Lenny, not to be outdone, goes $10 because he's half the man as you, but I'm trying. Lenny, we appreciate you too, man. You've put up a lot of money. Man. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, so we're going to be back next week. We got Bro Schmo. Going to try to get Jason Dunn from Chief Concerns on. May try to get him on next week. Maybe I can get him on for Saturday Night Live episode 2 next week. That would be cool if I could do that. But yeah, man, that's probably going to wrap it up for tonight. We appreciate all you guys for being here. We've been going live now for 2 hours and 45 minutes on your Saturday night. And you guys were awesome. You stuck it out with us and we all had some fun. We got to look at the map. We almost pinned a bunch of places on the map. We had a mock draft. We had a good time, Steve. Did you not?
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys and the super chats, you guys are freaking amazing for supporting us like that. That's awesome. Can't say enough about you guys. Everybody else that just participated, commented, appreciate it. We hope to see you back. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't been here before, make sure to hit that sub button, hit that like button. Make sure to come back and hang out with us. We're trying to build up a cool Chiefs community here on YouTube. So
yeah, man.
We'd love for you to be a part of it.
Chris, Lenny, thank you guys again. Jan, you donated too. Thank you for that. Everybody donated. Awesome. If you didn't donate, we don't care. We still love you. You're still part of the family. We're going to be back next week. We're going to be back earlier than that. Just hit that sub button. Hit that sub button and follow us. We'll be back, and we appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night, man. Get some rest.
Thanks, guys.